Kimbo Kimbo na Tanzania Manzulu Kimfumu Kia Kuyisa. We are coming with another topic today. The 7 deadly sins. I'm here with my brothers, Trey, Alexander, and Duzula Kienzambi. Greetings to you, brothers.
Siami.
Siami, brothers.
Yambote.
You're welcome. We give all glory to the Most High Yah, the Tanzania Mazulu. We are the Bantus, even if we are the minority here on YouTube, or people that used to believe in this, what we are doing. They are not so much, but you know, we are here. We have something that we are believing to, and we are still pushing this truth. And one of our main goals is to bring our people over, to awaken our people everywhere where they are, to scatter our people from the four corners from the earth, to unite our people, to rebuild Zion, to bring back the spirituality, which means the tabernacle of Dawidi, to understand the Most High's ways, to go back to the mountains, to see the Most High. You know, like in the ancient times, when Massa went to the mountains and he came back with his golden head, you know, and people could see that on Zambia and Mazulu. He spoke to them, you know, and this was not the only time that Tatanzambi spoke to his people. And in the Asian histories of our forefathers in the 1600s and before that, people could talk to the Most High, and they could do different kinds of things. And we want to go back to this level where Tatanzambi will separate nations from nations and people. And if two are together, he will choose one, and one will left. And Tatanzambi is choosing people according to his spirit. He knows who's who, and you know, he gave us commandments that we have to we have to fulfill his mandate. You know, we have to also require his people and teach this truth all over the world. And then also we have to bring judgment, which means we are the one that will be light for the Gentiles. We are the one that will be the judgment for the Gentiles. We are the one that will blow the trumpets from the revelation to bring down you know, to bring down evil to different kinds of nations and states and countries. And as long we are praying, Tatanzambi is feeded. Many people always think, why can't Tatanzambi not just blow up the world? Many people, I never can tell Tatanzambi's full secrets here, or what I used to believe, you know, because people will be like, wow, you know, and but that what I know is that we have to pray so that we can win this fight, because the enemy thinks that he also can win, that he also have a chance. So it is a fight. And if you are at war, you have to know what kind of weapon you have, and then you have to know how to use this weapon, when to use this weapon, against who we should use these weapons. And this is why the Bantu awakening is very, very important. And everyone is welcome on this channel. My name is Mikhael Massa, and these are the brothers here. We will have the same meeting with the women's as well. I have decided it in spirit that we want to hear also what the women's will say. Today we have this topic, the 7 deadly sins. And maybe everyone can introduce himself for 2 or 3 minutes, and then we're going to start our session.
Whomever wishes to go first.
Go ahead, brother.
All right, so Sammy family, I'm Brother Trey. I have come into this awakening fully in the since 2016, when the Most High, I was in a assembly at the time, actually was called Praise Assembly for that matter, where I began to notice inconsistencies in what I was hearing, and I started to wonder that when the Most High began to move in me, that there were certain things that just didn't fit right. And I started to notice some problems with the the doctrine that was being taught, and I always felt that there was something wrong with some of the things I was hearing. And so as I began to move forward, I started to get a revelation of Africa, even in my early days, even before I heard anything about the Hebrew Israelites or anything like that. So for me, this has been a homecoming, because I have Caribbean roots to my adopted parents, and also I have a lot of connections to people telling me things that, there were people who were kind of hinting that we were the people, but they, really wasn't made clear to me. And now in this awakening, I've become to know some things, and I've grown in knowledge and understanding that indeed Africa, where we came from, is indeed the Most High's land. So that's one of the reasons why I've come to know these brothers, Mikhael Massa, Yanati Chilombo, Bastamel, and all the others that helped to sharpen the iron of my understanding, Nabi Kefas, growing and understanding that indeed Yisolele comes from the Congo and the Bantu languages, that the whole continent of Africa technically is Yakongo, including the world that he created as one continent, which is now just right now are the chosen land where the chosen land is today. So Ingita.
Okay, next.
I think Keith's on mute.
Yeah, you're muted, Brother Keith. Brother Keith, you're muted.
Okay, brother Alex, go ahead, please.
All right.
Well, now,
Oh, there you go, Keith.
can you hear me now?
Yeah,
Yep, you're good.
we can hear you.
Okay. Oh my. Technology. I'm brother Luzolo. I've been in this awakening since late 2019. Before that, I was with part of the Jehovah Witnesses for over 26 years, until one day the Mwanda came to me and said, "This is not the truth. This is not the way." How can I explain that communication? I really can't. It was more of an intimate type of communication. And then I was directed to different places and different teachings and different studies. And finally, I came here and began to learn what true spirituality really is. And things that were foreign to me before became open. The Mwanda has opened up my mind and has taught me things that throughout my life I did not know until now. So it's never too late for this awakening, but you have to be open. Your heart has to be in the right place to want to know the Most High, to want to understand what it is to be a spiritual person inhabiting this physical body. And it has been an awakening that has brought a lot of knowledge, a lot of happiness and peace, and more so understanding of what this world really is and the deceptions that are around us. Every day we walk out, everything is a deception. And only through the Mwanda can we have true discernment to understand and recognize what's around us, and have the Most High direct each of our steps so that we make the right decisions. And so that's a little bit about me. Ingeta.
CDME family, this is Brother Alexander. I came into this awakening about 1.5 years ago. I give all Kimbo to the Most High. When I was younger, I never really liked religion. I never followed religion. I hated it. And I almost became a person who didn't believe. But after a while, the Most High started opening my eyes. I went into the Hebrew awakening a little bit, but then I was guided into the White Dad series from Watchman Reports, and from there it all just kept on moving forward. And then after a while, I got into the Bantu truth, realizing that there's a lot more to this world that we have been hidden, sadly. You know, Satan is deceiving the whole world, and the only way to get out of the deception is to really be a humble individual and to tell the Most High that we are nothing without him. So that is a little bit about me. And get to
Great. Yeah, before we start, I welcome you all. And yeah, what do you think about our people that migrated to the Middle East? We have people like Dimona and many people that claim that the Middle East is their home, and now they're telling them to go back to their countries, America, Africa, etc., etc. So what do you guys think about that?
I think the Most High is trying to also show us that that's not your place, because when you go back home, it's a place that will also be there for you, because the homeland is crying for its back, and the people there are very hateful, very wicked, and it's not even the land, it's too small. So hopefully people will understand that the Most High will truly guide us home, and we cannot trust in man's knowledge.
In this same country, they used to receive donations like crazy.
Yeah.
Then I was asking myself, if we go to Isaiah 1, the Tanzania is talking about that in the land of the Tanzania, there will be no violence, there will be no fights, even man will lie with the leopards and tigers in the promised land. It's there in Isaiah 1. But this country has never have peace, the Middle East. And then now today they have a new Messiah as well. Everything goes very well with the end times prophecies. I mean, they are following the Bible. They know the Bible and they are following the Bible. That's why the Bible, everything that is written in the Bible will happen anyway. But you have always to know that most of the things that are written in the Bible, these are the messianic people that uses it so to fulfill these things that are inside of the Bible. It says the most of the things has not even anything to do with the Most High. So you have to know that crisis must come, false prophets, and all these kinds of things. We have some demonic influences, people, messianic people that used to have the Bible over thousands of years. And those people, they love to fulfill the things that is inside there. They are following the Bible in and out, and they know the Bible better than anyone else. And like the Quran as well, the Quran had some things that some very apocalyptic. We have to go deeper into it to know what the Quran say about the end times. You will be surprised. So now, the same people in the Middle East, if we see the donations that they used to receive and all everything's fine, because the whole world believes that this is the place. They believe that this is the holy land, whatever. These are the holy people. But one thing that we can see is that they themselves, they do not like the Germans, they do not like other nations. Everyone that went there, you know, they're good for giving donations, they're good for supporting, but if it comes to history or helping people, they are really against other nations. They think they are superior. And many people that went there, after that, they came back with another, with another meaning about that people, those people. And yeah, for our people, it's very, very important to identify themselves, because I think one problem that our people have is, to accept who they are. They want the enemy more than themselves. They used also to do more for the enemies than themselves. You can see it here in the land, and you can see it also on the outside of in the diaspora, which means that our people fear the enemy. Yeah, they would even sell their own children and women to the enemy. Okay, so much fear do they have for the enemy, respect, but they do not have respect for themselves. And this is something that you see very often. I know it from my fathers. Okay, if they have some papers, and the papers in Germany, it's like if you have a bad paper, it's yellow or whatever. If you see some papers, you have papers every day. In those papers, never written that you will receive money. It's always you have to give money. And if you see those papers coming, everyone is trembling, like, oh no, not again. More and more money I have to give for energy, for your cell phone, for your car you have to pay. Then you have a shop, then you have your house rent, so they always want something from you. And sometimes you see our people are like the bureaucracy, okay, the bureaucracy, okay, of these countries here is so high that our people, especially our fathers, they do not belong here. They do not belong to the West. It's not good for them. It is too much bureaucracy, laws, and do this and do this, and they fear the bureaucracy, they fear the laws. And even if they are right with certain things, what will they do? They will, they wouldn't go against the things that someone or the government have told them. It's like if you know that it's your house, and your house is not, you're living in your house 5 years, and let's say that in your house something is wrong, right? And the householder, he doesn't want to pay for it. Now he goes to the taking a good lawyer and whatever, and he goes against you. You have to leave the house, whatever. Our people, they are mostly lost. But normally you have all the rights with you. And this is what is about that Tanzania will change this for us, because we never had the chance to get all our rights. Okay, as a nation, we were always the tail. They suck us off. Okay, What I want to say is, they took everything from us that they could take. We worked for them. We were their slaves. We, enslaved by them. We almost do everything for them. And the laws, everything what belongs to us, or everything what they used to pay us back, they never did. They did not even say sorry, because it's unpayable. They can't give us the money back that they used to give us. It's too much. Like in an example for Germany, you have the social system in Germany, but we never used it. We never used the social system. So then you have this Turkish people, or people that comes from Spain or whatever, Europeans that have it even easier to get into the social system. They are using all the social system. You see the Turkish people, Arabic people, even people now that comes now from, what is the countries where they used to come from now at the moment? This not Armenia, but what is the country there where they used to come from? This where we have war now at the moment. Syria.
Ukraine, right?
Syrian people. They come to
Yeah,
Europe
Ukraine.
not after 1 year maximum. They have a German passport. They have a big job. They used to replace many people. This is how it works. No, but they never supported Black people in Germany. They never supported Black people in America. They never supported Black people in Brazil. They never supported Black people in China. But they took us as slaves in those areas. We lived there with them. But if some people come from other places, as long they have another color, they used to support their own, giving them more support. But if you're homeless or whatever, you if you're homeless, you have 10 families. Okay, you have the Puerto Rican, and you have the Chinese, you have the Turkish, whatever, and then at last you can be a Black from everywhere. As long you are Black, be there. You will be chosen at last. You will be the last person chosen for the house. And this is what our people never understood, yeah, how much unity they need in this time. And that's why we have to pray for our people in the Middle East that say that this is their home. If they say that this is their home, everywhere where our people go and put their feet into the land, this land is given to them, because the time of Edom is coming to an end, and the blessing of Jacob are already guilty. So everything what our people would choose to do, it was given by them. And the Tanzanians say, who will inherit the land? Who will go to Edom and say, give it back? And I hope they will also understand who we are as Bantus, as Muntus, to come to really leave this Jewish or whatever they used to call it, because I think that this doesn't belong to us. Okay, I really believe it, and it is also proven that it is not ours. Okay, these people came from Europe. They came from different kind of places from Europe, and I don't see myself as, I have to say, clear Jew, because we are not Jews, and we are Muntus, huh? And I think we should step by step go back to what is ours, okay, and denying the Gentile lifestyle or stories, the Gentile stories, huh? And that's why we have to push with our story. And what I used to see, I saw how Dr. Mumbi said Zion will be built with you or without you. I loved it because I think we should come together and have one mission and one truth, okay, and not believing in something and then having a strip club full of women's and whatever and saying this is the true belief, you know, and other people calling themselves kings and whatever, with or king or the Messiah, the same guy calling himself king and call himself the Messiah, king music or whatever, you know, I mean, it's okay, okay. But you know, it's not okay to say that he's the Messiah or whatever. I mean, it's okay. I don't know what people believe, but Tata say, as long they are not against you, they are for you. As long they are not against you, they are for you. They have the same.
We know
Go ahead.
so we can't, and our people in the Middle East have to understand what Brother Trey also said made a lot of sense. It's not large enough. If for all our people to be called back to the land from which they, were driven from, the Middle East is not large enough for all the people. Second, governance. Our way of governing and government will not be the European way. That is not our way. Nothing has changed. As we go back to the land, our mission is to establish the kingdom, not to just go and just lodge around and just build a home and just be happy. We go to work, not to just sit around. We go to bring our people to build the kingdom, to praise the Most High, to get back to our spirituality, to understand who we are, to know the Most High. That is what we are to do, not just go to some place up in the Middle East and just make a little community and that's it. That's not our mission. That's not our purpose. And our people need to see. They can see that nothing has changed. They go to the Middle East, everything is still like the world. That is not what we're about, and that's not what we're going to do. And we're not going to be like the world. We're different than the world. And the Most High has a mission and a plan for us, and that's what we're to do.
I really firmly believe what Brother Keith is saying, and that all you gotta do is look at that replica of the map that Brother Massa has behind him. If that was the land, why is it so dry? Why is it so desert? Why is it so barren? The Most High is not a God of dead things. Okay, if that is the land, that land would be overflowing with lushness, fullness, all kind of greenery, all kind of vegetation, water, all kind of beautiful things, and so on top of that, when I watched the documentary, when those brothers went over there back in the 60s, one thing that was made very clear is that it was a struggle to get there. And our understanding of scripture is that when it's time for the Most High to deliver his people, they will have a struggle to stop us, not a struggle to get there. And so for our understanding is that when we choose to not see this pure spirituality of what we're being told about things, and we just want to deal with the carnality of not wanting to be in Babylon or not being in captivity anymore, we have a tendency to fall for those who are not actually leading us spiritually, but leading us with spiritism. And so in a lot of ways, we don't fully listen to the Most High. We don't fully comprehend what he wants. It's all about what we want. So we get those spirits that will cater to that need. Spirits will give you what you want if you're not listening to the true voice of the Modern Semi. And so a lot of times you're hearing people talk about this land being our land, when in reality, if you just all you gotta do is take a look at it. If that was the Most High's land and that was chosen for his people and we were supposed to be going there, okay, we're going to have more power than them. We're going to demonstrate more power than they will ever be able to comprehend. The Mwanda will be with us. The Holy Spirit will be with us, and they will cower at the power that comes across. So you can tell right now that there's a lot of conflict in our understanding of where our land is, because the unity alone will create a much stronger spirit within us. And this is the one thing they've always tried to keep us from having, just by the way they've set up our systems against each other. They have always turned Black people against Black people for a reason, because they know when we're not against each other, when we are unified, then that power will manifest itself and people will begin to see who the true people are of the book. And that's what they're trying to avoid, because if you've never actually experienced the spirituality, like what was demonstrated by Kimbango and Toko, you don't know what it looks like until when it manifests itself. Then it's like, uh-oh, now we were so off, it's not even funny, because like I did in a video I did once before, the Mwanda is unlimited power. And when that spirit of might, or when that spirit comes, you will understand the difference between those who had it and those who don't. And that's why I truly feel that if those people were being carried through the Holy Spirit to that land, it would have been a definitive presence that you don't belong here, get out mentality from the from Simba Wayuda, from the line of Judah with them. And that's why I kind of felt like something just didn't feel right, because I didn't sense that spirit of, we're going to jack you up, get out of here. This is our land. You know what I'm saying?
Okay, great. So by doing the one opens spiritual eyes to see, but how the eyes are blind. A lying tongue telling not the truth breaks the 10 commandments in Exodus 20. Lying bring confusion among the brothers and the Creator. By telling the truth, your mouth is in the frequency of the Creator. For he said, I am the way, truth, and life. Truth can only synchronize truth. Lying cannot synchronize with truth. When you see an apple, do not say it's banana. When you see a monkey, do not say it's a tiger. When it's a square, do not say it's a ball. You know, what I want to say is, one of the commandments that Tanzania gave us is do not lie, and, you have many people see that they have advantages, okay? They had advantages if they lie. Of course, if you go, if you're in front of a lawyer, if you're in front of a judge, you will be judged or something, according to man's today, and you lie about someone, and he also go to jail because of that, you won. So people, we have a lot of liars outside there because they want money, because they want success, because they want power, because they want to be seen. So, and through YouTube and all these kinds of things, you have people can also now lie even more. They can even spread out their lies even more. I mean, we have lies through history, through music, through fiction. We have lies everywhere. The whole world is full of lies. Satan have lied to everyone. But where's the truth? Where's the frequency of truth? Because what the people never understood is that Tatanzambi is the truth and life. So if you find someone that says the truth, he's mostly hated, he's mostly misunderstood, he's mostly in danger by himself, and the whole world will not understand, because the truth has no place in this world. But now it is time to find the truth, okay? And we have to stop rejecting the truth. Even if the truth takes your clothes off, okay? In the street, if someone comes and say the truth straight to your face, receive it as it is. Don't come and change it, okay? And this is what our people used to learn. It's like accepting accepting everything that the Most High have done. Many people do not want to accept. They want to put the Most High, to say to the Most High, why did you do those things? Or why do those things happen like it is? But forgetting that everything must happen like it is because it was spoken so. We have to accept the truth. By accepting we have like that we are the tail, accepting that people hates us, accepting that we should fight for ourselves, accepting that that we are under siege, under attack, accepting that we have to work for ourselves, to change something, to go to our countries and to move something in our countries. They do not do anything. Our people are sitting down there and waiting for wonders. And we have this music guy, we have people straight out of lies, um, spreading lies more and more, and they feel good. They feel this. They feel strength. I'm the Messiah, and blah 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 blah. I mean, why? A lie. We have enough lies, and it's hard, man. It's hard.
See those lies lead us into those 7 deadly sins, because when people do those lies, they look in order for greed, to get as much as they can. Pride, to be prideful, which is 2 of the biggest ones. They envy our brothers that are out there telling the truth and doing the work out there. They wish that they had that type of audience that would listen to them. So yeah, I mean, lies play their part in this carnal world, especially when you have those that want to go out and they want to acquire everything for the me. It just is.
So now let us start. We are talking today about the 7 deadly sins. And let us start with greed. Brother Alexander, what can you say about greed, brother?
Greed is something that can attack your heart. So you can become a very greedy person on also what other people have, instead of working hard to actually obtain it yourself. And you can also be greedy where you also don't share with people when you have a lot. And that's how I see it.
When did you see greediness in your life?
Greediness would be where I work. People here have a lot of money, and they have very nice cars. They have a lot of businesses, but yet when they see people struggling, they do not look at them and think I should help. People love money, and greed is all over the world. Every single country is greedy for themselves to become a big country, and of course always thinking, hey, I'm better than every other country. But then that's when the Most High is going to throw them down, because people need to learn how to show love and not be greedy, because the money and all the things that we get is from the Most High. So we shouldn't take it for granted. We shouldn't lift ourselves up and think that we're better than people.
Do you believe that there is enough wealth for everyone?
There's plenty of wealth for everyone to be very happy, and also to actually live a life of peace and love. But people want too much, just like in the days of Egypt, when the Pharaoh died, he wanted to be buried with all his wealth. So he would come back to of course go grab it, instead of giving it back to the people.
Greed is in every facet of the life that we're in right now. Every country shows greed. Those that are ripping the land of all of its resources, enough resources to take care of everyone, all of our people. And yet you have those few who want to grab all the wealth only for themselves. more than they could ever spend in a lifetime. But it seems like the more they get, the happier they are, even though all it's going to do is just sit up somewhere and not do any good for anyone. Greed is abundant, and it's sad but true.
Brother Trey, you know that America is one of the greediest countries in the world. If we go to oil, that the most of the wars that they fought is because of oil.
Right. It goes back to, and I was going to read 1 John chapter 2, where it talks about, he that says, I know him, and keepeth not his command is a liar, and the truth is not in him. But whoso keepeth his word, in him is the love of the perfect Tatanzambi, the love of Tapanzambi perfected. Hereby know we that we are in him. And so when you look at America, the conditioning is the mindset with so many people, because they want to view their land as the best, is that they're thinking that through the eyes of their own government, that they are actually following this command. When you can literally look at the way our politicians operate and how things are being done in the world today, that the love of the Most High is not in them, or else they wouldn't do a lot of the things that they do. And so when you see how there's so much bragging of, oh, we're the wealthiest country in the world. So then why are so many people in it poor? Why are so many people suffering? Why are so many businesses boasting about the buildings that they can build and the towers of wealth that they can have? But then they make you believe in this world through your teachings in school and whatnot. Oh yeah, you can attain this as long as you bust your butt and get up here. But the problem is that many people are already set at a disadvantage, and there's nothing, and they claim that, oh, well, we're doing stuff for them, we're doing this, we're doing that. They give you a little handout, when in reality is that they're not wanting to let go of that wealth. They want to continue to hang on to it, because it is a position of status, it is a position of power, it is a position of control, which is contrary to what the Most High wants for us and his people. And so in reality that's why, like, I know Michael Jackson at one point made a song, you'll do anything for money, which means that you'll start wars, you'll destroy people's lives, you'll do whatever it takes to be in a position where you control and have the wealth and the power over others' lives. And people can't realize that that is really a manipulation. That is not scripture. That is not the Most High. So when you're actually in the business of manipulating what people think in order to validate what you believe is true, or what you believe is the way it should be, then in all actuality, you're acting in the very demon of greed, because that is not the Most High's way.
Okay. Is greed one of the way to become wealthy?
I agree that it is, because when you look at how the system is set up, when you control the resources of the world, okay, then that allows you to regulate who gets a portion versus how much you keep. So it's talking about profit. So even though you make something that people need, and you sit there and you charge them whatever it is that it's going to cost for this item, when you take in and you reap the profits of that, okay, you at that point then decide, well, here's going to be my portion, and this is how I'm going to return it back to you. And this is what businesses operate on, is that my business will maintain the controlling amount of what is society has given to me, but I'm only going to give back a small portion of what I deem you should get. And so in reality,
I understand, but
go ahead.
one of the biggest problems that we have in our community is that there is more greed happening than elsewhere. Because if someone owns a company in Africa or whatever, he he used to treat our people the same way like the white people do. And one of the biggest problem is, if we see, we used to live for a long time in the West, We know that some of our people, they made it. Okay, some of our people, they have now good jobs, whatever. Or we have even people that are self-made it. But we had the chance to make it. We had some chances. But what is with our people in the land, that work for $1 in a day, $1 in a day? Can we not give our people the same chances? We come over, giving them work so that they are also well paid. So that
Brother,
they
what people
also
miss,
go
what
to
people miss,
school, bring their children to good schools so that they also can be educated and whatever. What do our people do for our people? For themselves, we do not always have to show fingers on a Black Wall Street can be built still today. We do not have to work with white people together.
Mhm.
If we
Well,
see
when
how the system works,
right.
we see
Well, see,
that
our
people
people,
have given up. They became greed. They became greed by themselves
Right.
in families as well. There are some very wealthy people. They do not want to have anything to do with others.
yeah, our people need to stop associating wealth with greed, because wealth can be achieved also through generosity. When you share your wealth and you build up your people, power is in building up our people. The stronger and more prosperous our people become, the stronger and more prosperous the person with the wealth will become. The mindset is warped, it's wrong. Greed needs to not be associated with wealth. If our people could get into the mindset, which is the correct mindset, in associating generosity with wealth, then we are on the right path in building our kingdom, in creating that Black Wall Street, in generating that power and that new technology, commerce, everything then falls into place. That's in the way that I see it.
Well, and it also goes back to the concept that, yes, we want to build our people up through the concept of wealth. The mindset, though, we're dealing with is that person that says, hey, I did this, my way, or I was able to be successful. You can also do the same if you just put your mind to it, but they don't understand that you also need to be willing to assist. Just to give a good example of what I'm referring to is, and my uncle talks about this all the time, when the Dutch controlled the Caribbean, we freed our people freed ourselves in the Caribbean from that slave holdings that happened. During that time, we were willing to help each other become together. It was a spirit of togetherness. People were willing to help one another. As soon as the United States bought that land, everybody became about what can you do for me? I no longer was just going to do that out of the kindness of my heart. Now it's a money thing. Now you got to pay me. Now you got to do this. Now you got to do that. And a lot of the times it comes down to how you're allowing yourself to be conditioned, how you're allowing yourself to believe. And if you don't give into the mindset that it has to be greed attached to wealth, which many people continue to be taught, then that will eventually help us to become a much better group of people. But sadly, because we've been conditioned that Blacks don't support Blacks, because of that jealousy that took place in our conditioning of putting groups of people against one another, that's what allows us to remain ununified. And so if we were to learn that, hey, the way to build the Black man up and the Black women up is to put aside that mindset that it has to be about me, and it becomes we, okay, then in that sense, we grow stronger as a people.
Especially also on the religious part, right? I would say, I will spread my spirit upon all flesh. This time people will be baptized in spirit. So, which means that he said to the disciple, go and make disciples. But I was asking myself, why do we have, where are the disciples? Where are the soldiers? Which means the pastors from today and the so-called prophets, they were so greedy to teaching our people how to become spiritual free or spiritual masters, how to learn to master spirituality, and this shows us that still today, if we're here, as I look at my country here, and I see the streets destroyed, I see I'm living in Angola here, and I tell you, Angola is one of the wealthiest countries in the world. Oil, different kinds of stones, the country itself, brother, but where's the money? You can't see it. Police have no cars, houses without conditions, people have no food, okay, no schools, no hospitals, a lot of crime. Even those people who have the money, who are wealthy, they're living in the same conditions, which means they're living in the same country. Even if you can have billions, but if you see your country, people are living in misery. Then I have to ask myself, how greed are you? So greed is a spirit. No one, okay, that is from the Most High, should live in these conditions that like we're living now, because greediness was never given to us. In the time in our kingdoms of Congo and the kingdoms everywhere all over Africa, I believe also the kingdom of Dawidi and the others, the people lived good in harmony. They had enough food. They had enough from everything. They lived in balance with the nature. But today people became greed. Then I have to ask myself, if the nations are greed already, why you? What can you do? Like one of the richest women by the way, she was the richest woman, African woman,
yeah, that's
the Angolan president's daughter.
Yep.
Former Angolan president. What did she do? Angola looks like garbage. She could change all Africa like Gaddafi wanted to do. But he also greed. But now, for the nature as well, the humans have sucked off the nature so much because of the greediness. They want everything. They want to suck off everything from the nature.
Right, because I also, what affiliates with greed is also desire, covetousness. We, as a people, we want the lust of the eyes. So when you look at what is being glorified as considered to be a status of success in a society is to have things to demonstrate that you are actually successful, that you have a status. Okay, that is part of the main issue, is the fact that, because that's how they manipulated the inner city kids here in America and other places as well, is you put people that have success on a pedestal. Look at me, I'm a professional basketball player, I'm making my millions. Look at me, I'm a big time stock market executive, I have my millions, okay? And so a lot of the time you make things to become the desire of what determines who you are. And when you do that, then it's like, okay, so I need the means of which to attain that, whether I'm going to do it legitimately or illegitimately, okay, that's where you run into the problem as to how the devil has manipulated the mind of our people. Because instead of, for example of what goes on, this, you're dealing with people, especially at the lower level, they don't have a lot of money, okay, but yet because they see somebody walking around with a pair of Jordan shoes, okay, rather than doing what it takes to take care of my family and the needs that it takes, my kid has to have those pair of shoes, okay? So in reality, we have created a misunderstanding of priority when it comes to, and this is why you cannot be of the Most High if your priority has become what you desire versus what the Most High desires for you, okay? So in reality, this is why you see so many people being manipulated by pastors and being manipulated by belief systems because of this problem, because it becomes, okay, I want to be like so-and-so, I want to be like this, I want to be like that. But why don't you want to be like the Most High? Why don't you want to be like Yesiah? Okay, why do you desire to be like this singer out here versus being like what the Most High wants for us?
The only
And it's
problem,
because
the
of,
only problem is for all this to
Yeah.
make it short. It has something to do with suffering.
right,
You will suffer. You will suffer if you want that what the Most High wants. Equality between men. Okay?
right,
Balance. If you think like this, you will suffer. And I tell you, okay, the world will kick your butt. Okay? Just because you believe in that. Even your own family, everyone will just suck from you. Okay? And this is where the problem is. This is, I don't know if there is, if we will receive later something for that, for the good things that we have done, I have to say clear. But people say, why should I do good? Okay, if I see that no one else will do it to me. Because the Nzambi has not many that thinks like him or want the same thing like him. If all of us would have the same thoughts like the Most High, to really be in unity with the universe, in peace with all of, in love, walk in love, everything will be fine. We have people that have started like this. I explain. They started to suffer. After suffering, they received something, a chance. After receiving the chance, they worked on it. Then they received money, wealth. And then they saw that they made it. This is what they used to call it. The only problem is that Nzambi he wants people that gives a little, that helps there and there, and not those people who has a lot. And this is where you see those people, if they say they made it, they never will be able to give not even one coin to anyone. And if they do it, it's full of hypocrisy. Why? Because in all the way up that they went through, they already mostly, not everyone, mostly they have given their souls away. They have sold something for that what they, for money, for the, for that what they wanted to become. They have lost something all the way up. That's why I do not believe, even our people, if they say, oh man, one day, all the money that I have, I will support this and this ministry, or I will build Zion. No, Zion or Tatanzambi, he do not want you to come with 5 millions. He don't care. Comes with $50, come with $20. Not even $20 you can give someone, but then you tell me that you want to give someone 5 millions? You damn liar, you damn hypocrite. You see, he will never do it. He will tell me, he have already 1 million. Then he would say, let me make 5 more million. Then I will give it to you. Then I will support your ministry. Then I will come over and build up healthcare centers with natural health and whatever, kindergartens or schools where the diaspora can teach people the truth about our history or whatever. They don't think like this. They are like, no, let me gain more money. Let me gain more money. And this is a spirit. And this spirit is called greed. And this is the spirit that is inside many people, especially the nations. After coming to the countries, after seeing Zion, the first thing that they saw is how wealthy we are, you know, how blessed we are, and they saw all the natural resources and they become greedy. It is a spirit, and someone that is greedy, he is the devil. He is the devil. If someone is greed, this is a sign that that guy is demonic. Okay?
Yeah.
Demonic.
Just to show you how sick our people are, and I watched it. They listened to a man like Steve Harvey. He came on television and said, I don't think God wants us to be broke, so it's okay for us to have something. And all the audience just went ballistic, you know? And the issue that people don't understand is that is not the way the Most High thinks. A man can't tell you that. The Most High, every scripture in the book, well, contradicts what Steve Harvey said. Because the Most High is always about taking care of those who are in need. Okay. And because of this, we let people who we are put up on pedestals that we look up to dictate how we think. And then, of course, then we support what they say without even going back to the word and realizing you just contradicted the Most High. He just contradicted everything that the Messiah taught. So there's no way that you can think that it's okay for what he said will fit how our people will build ourselves. Because if that's the mindset you have, then we always going to remain set apart. We're always going to remain
always be poor. You can't,
Right.
You can't be rich, yeah, and say you are from Isolele and your people are poor. Because if you die, your people will stay poor, will remain poor. And how do you want to conquer the world, or how do you want to change something in the world if your people are so poor? So
and that's where we have unity.
Okay, go ahead and then start with lust.
I'm just gonna say real quick, that's where unity is so important. When you suffering, when we are just a few, suffering is great. But when we come together in unity as one, there is no suffering, because those with more help those with less. Everyone is helping each other. There is no greed. There is no lust for more, for more, for more. If there is any type of desire, the desire is to help my neighbor. The desire is to help our people. The desire is to help us to unify together so that we all can help one another. And that is where we need to get to where we can unify together, where all this oneness and meanness is gone, and we all become as one spirit with the Most High, and we all think for one another and help each other, and then we all will become wealthy. All of you Solomon will become wealthy.
Exactly. I mean, you know, and I'm hopeful that in this message that people will realize this is why you can't listen to what men say, and you need to listen to what the Spirit says, because the Spirit will guide you to the correct path, assuming that you're listening to the correct spirit. That's why if you're listening to the wrong spirits, you will not see the fullness of what the Most High has to offer. And this is why you can be duped by mega pastors. This is why you can be duped by those who say they serve the Most High with that collection plate. Because in all reality, that money should be coming back to those who are in need right then and there. And people don't understand, it's not about putting it in my pocket. It's about coming back to you. Because the Most High is saying, and like Kuso Yesaya said, the Most High will take care of you. He will take care of your needs as long as you're doing what? His will.
That's right.
If you're doing his will, you will be taken care of. So you don't need to worry about putting it into your pockets as much as giving to those who really need it, because the Most High will take care of you because you're doing what he said.
This is where we will be purified. This is where we're gonna be tested. That Nzambi will break all the seals. You know, poorness will come all over the world, and that Nzambi will fulfill his words, where he say the man doesn't only eat by food, you know, like physical things, but he is also feeded by spirit. This is where the Nzambi will show the world that he exists. The Most High has no problem. The only problem for me is that the people doesn't believe in him. And he really wants to only to go with those who are ready, yeah, to believe in him. When Massa will deliver the children of Israel out of the hands of the Pharaoh, they started to say, Massa, why did you do that? We had food over there, even if we were slaves and stuff. You know, we lived good. They beat us up. They beat it and raped and whatever our women. But where do you want to take us? You know, they started to become crazy. You know, hunger and everything. But that Nzambi showed one more time that he doesn't need, you know, all this worldly instruments, worldly knowledge. He can just make everything happen from nothing. And this is what we have to start to believe into, which means you have completely go against the worldly system to say everything is vanity, everything is vanity. I do not believe in that. You must become a foolish in the Most High. And this is where many people will become crazy. Well, me not eating 7 days, I will die. No, you won't die. This will pass. And after all this, you will see Kembo. But now, tell us to our people. Now, let us go to lust. And here, brothers and sisters, we have something that, you know, we have something that is very, very good, you know. Every one of us should make babies. Every one of us should marry. Every one of us should feel good if he's interacting with a wife, making love and whatever, you know. But now we have to know that lust is one of the strongest feeling that we human have. And today, through music, through movies, TV, let's say like this, we have computers, mobile phones. First of all, we're starting with the things that we are watching have always a spiritual message. It goes with a frequency. Everything that we're watching or listening have a frequency. And your body, because of this, it's the temple of the Most High, can inherit good spirits and bad spirits. And to get someone changed, manipulated, just take a child that never have seen, it must not even be a child, but you know, everyone of us knows when he was a child to see first time a naked woman or whatever, how he felt. First, you were run away from girlies that writes the letters to you in the school. You're like, ah, no, please, you know. But then you start to become here the Mr. Lover Lover. You start to loving going after women's because you see other people used to do the same, you know, player or whatever. Especially, but not knowing you have sicknesses outside there and you're hurting the women's, you're hurting people. And today also the women are doing the same to men's, especially when it comes to money, sucking them off, lying. You know, this is a horrible world, my brothers and sisters.
Well, and
The lust of men or women is one of the 7 deadly sins. And we should be very careful in the last days. I will give you a chance to talk because I have a lot of things to say about this.
go ahead.
Well, as you said, brother, it is a strong desire used properly and in the way of the Most High. It is a strong desire for man and his wife to populate our people, be fruitful and multiply, to have that oneness and connection with a mate. But when used in the opposite and used in the negative, then it is indeed one of the worst that it can be. You have the lust of secret societies dealing with children. You have pedophiles and their lustful desires. You have Christian organizations that take advantage of women and children. There's so much evil that can be on the other side, and the world is full of it.
Right, and the saddest part about Bantu people, especially here in America, it comes from the condition of your elders and how you're also taught certain things too. Because when you get the guys who are acting like the player mentality, this comes from your own kin. They'll say that, you know, as you're getting older, they'll say, oh, you can try out other women till you find the right one, and then when that other one comes along, like you'll hear a lot of people say, well, I got married so I could stop lying to women, or they say, oh, well, all those other girls were just, you know, toys, and now I found the real one. And sadly, it's because of the fact that we have been conditioned in many ways that it's okay to try the merchandise from now, or go window shopping and try it on until we find that perfect fit. And see, lust will play a big role in that, because you know, like for example, when I was in college, because my father wasn't one of those, he taught me to respect women, you know, and sadly though, I had others around me that weren't quite seeing it the same way. And many times what you encounter is that they'll tell you, man, why you love these girls? Why you love these girls, man? You just need to just say, you know, get you a girl that you want to mess around with for a while and then get rid of her until it comes time for you to actually want to do those things down the road. This is not the time to get serious. You don't need to get worried about getting married right now. Just mess around, and then the time comes, you'll be ready. And sadly, that demon of lust is being perpetuated through the way the system has introduced how we should interact in relationships. You know, with the dating concept, you should be dating, and, you know, dating can also turn into sexual activity, or you can just have casual sex. You know, there's no such thing in the Most High's world. You know, and his mindset is that, you know, it's once you have that connection with a woman, you are now one with her. And people don't see that because of how things are being taught, even through the tradition of Christianity and all that.
And the way it's being taught is peers or teaching peers. The family is not in it at all in teaching the children about that relationship between a man and a woman. Even in college, like you said, I had people that would tell me that, you know, a car needs a change of oil. Why can't I change woman to woman? Why am I going to stick with one woman? The mentality, and that goes on with friends, teaching friends. The family has just completely been out of it. Husband and wife no longer teaches their children what the proper respect a man should have, the proper reverence that their daughter should have. It's gone. It doesn't exist in this world.
One
now.
experience I had, and this is interesting about, especially when not going to point out any type of, you know, demographic, but there was a lady that one time went to a doctor about her daughter, and she wanted to know if something was wrong with her because she hadn't gotten pregnant yet and she was only 15 or 16, where it's like, hey, you know, my daughter should have children by now. What's going on? Is there something wrong with her? And I mean, there's literally demographics that actually interact in that mindset. Like my child, I'm basically raising children to reproduce. That's all their desire is for. And that spirit of lust has now gotten that parent in a mindset where it's like, no, that's not, you're teaching now your children to go against what the Most High wants. Because it's like, you should be pregnant by 17, you should be pregnant by 18, you should already have kids. They say, oh, if you're in your 20s, you're too old. I mean, there is literally a demographic that teaches that. And sadly, this is what starts to happen with how that demon continues to create problems for the world, because you have a false mindset of what the Most High determines as a true marriage and true relationship. You see what I'm saying?
Can you hear me?
Yeah, I can hear you.
Okay. So lust to a woman is okay. Then you marry the woman. Okay. But if you start experiencing lust to every woman, you know, it's dangerous. You should start looking for some help, very special, because if you start also to experiencing lust to the same sexuality, or lust to animals or children, it becomes even more dangerous. This means spirits have inherited your body. They will inherit not every part of your body. Every part of your body has like its own function. This is how the Tanzambis say, some of you are the arm, some of you will be the eyes, some of you will be the head, the legs. And now these spirits will be there on your sexual part. This is where this spirit will inherit. And there will be like an antenna. If you see someone, ding, the spirit starts saying, oh, this is the person that I want now, naked. Because you have your eyes, and the eyes lies a lot. You will start looking at someone, and you will start having fantasies, pictures, lying pictures about some things. And after having a lot of these pictures, as many as possible, you will watch porn, different kinds of other books or whatever, and you will go deeper and deeper. You will fall in deeper into this hole. And, you know, Satan himself, he's a rapist. He's a rapist. He loves sexual things. So we as preachers, we know so many people have fallen into different kinds of difficulties because of their sex, because of that what they are. Even men's young boys, especially if you're young, you want money, you want, it's like if I'm going now here outside there, if I would be a pervert, a white guy comes here like they used to do very often in the islands. They used to take young boys because they are hungry, because they have no house. They used to, they used to do different kinds of bad things with them. So if someone has this kinds of problems, lust, it is almost impossible to come out from it. Only by the grace of the Most High. And
Hallelujah about that.
I know what I say, brother. And even our women's today, don't think it's only by men. Even our women's today, they are also one of the problems why many people feel this lust. They have sold themselves in a way, which means the story of Adam and Eve must be the truth.
Mm-hmm.
Not only the money is one of the wickedest things, but the women as well in this world. The woman has sold herself in a way. You can see her in boxing, showing herself naked. You can see her in every movie showing herself naked. You can see her in every newspaper showing herself naked. So the woman has sold herself to the world in a bad way so that she can be accepted from the man. The man wanted the woman to be a sexual material. And this is what the woman today represents. The woman wasn't accepted from the man from the beginning. The man wanted to be always everywhere in the parliaments, doctors, and every work. Women should stay at home, taking care about the child, etc., etc. But what happened then? The world started changing. If the men would treat the women better, I think to give them the same possibilities, but also showing them that they are women's. But now the woman had to come out to show herself in another way, in a stronger way, that she's strong enough to be equal with the man. That's why you see her, the woman wearing pants. You see all the butts and everything is outside there. So that you are watching on someone and you are like, my goodness, it's like you're watching someone, because if you're spiritual, you sense people, you see things and you can see directly what is wrong with the people. It's differently, okay? It's like even if you're a good worker in a good company, you know what you know your handwork. You look at something, you know directly this puzzle goes to this belongs to this. And it is a very, very problematic thing if you start looking at someone and you directly think on sex, or you directly think this person here must look, this is her sexuality, this is how she looked like, this is how she used to move and stuff like that. And that's why women should sell themselves a little bit more respectfully, especially in these end times, because it is very hard to be accepted as a woman. It is very hard to to show that a woman also can come with good arguments and can also even rule the world. We had different kinds of people, women that ruled the world, even in the Bantu culture.
Mm.
Queens, real queens, huh? Warriors, prophets. But no one talks about them. But they didn't rule the world by doing striptease. They didn't rule the world by shaking their butts like Beyonce used to do, you know. And this started also with the kings, with the Asian kings. When the Asian kings started to see a woman that she's very pretty, they wanted her. And if a woman received her standard, understood who she is, many kings fall. Many people, doctors, engineers, the biggest people, they fall because of their women's. So which means that is the man's way to become a big person, it's by a woman. That's the secret of a man. And if your woman is bad or not strong enough or does not support you, you won't go anywhere, my brother. You won't
Yeah.
go. So
Right.
our problem today is, if we go back to lust, that's mostly we do not have enough if we have one woman or if we have one thing. But this is not only a problem because of women. This is a typical problem of humanity. A human wants everything and as much as possible. He wants to own everything. One car, the second one, third one house, the second one, you know. And some of us have this desire to be trophy holders. I was with her, then I get this one. How can I get this one, you know? And I mean, you can also see it in nature. The lions, they are doing the same. You know, the animals, most of them, not every one of them, not every animal, but many, they have the same way, they are doing the same way, you know. So we have to understand that it's not always a problem about lust. If a man wants more women's, but we have to know that lust plays always a big game. And if you have a normal life, normal thoughts, you're concentrated in your work, studies, you have enough to do, you will not fall into this problem lust. At least you have a problem like a sickness, because it's a real sickness. But if you are from the beginning, something in your brain has already changed, you saw something that changed the organism in your brain and your heart, you will fall into this sin, and this sin will be with you forever if you do not get the real repentance and the real deliverance. This sin can even make you to become a dangerous person for our community. And that's why be careful. Is there anything to add? If not, then we are going to here we have also lust of sensual appetite.
Yeah, because with lust, it doesn't only deal with just being with a man or a woman. It also desires on money, wealth, even material objects that someone else has. You can lust after what someone has, but you don't want to work to obtain it. So then you start being greedy, and then you start doing what Cain did. And he killed his brother because of what he had, instead of accepting what the Most High has given him.
Yeah, the plotting and scheming.
Yeah, because what happened with Adam and Eve is when they fell, Satan destroyed the foundation of the Bantu home and has been doing it for generations. Once we get back to that Bantu home where there's a real foundation of strength, that is where we can finally move forward. But we all have to come back to it.
Mm. Great. So now we have gluttony. Brother Keith, what do you say about that? We can't hear you.
Yeah, you can lust for food. You can lust for the final things in life, which also leads to being lazy and slothfulness. And you have to not live to eat, but eat to live.
Why do you think, Brother Alexander, that this is one of the 7 deadly sins?
Well, gluttony can also harm you because you start lusting after different foods that can actually harm your body. And if you just eat whatever you want, you can also attach wicked spirits to you. And if all you do is lust after the finer things in life, including gluttony, which all you do is eat, which means which means the only thing you care about in your life is good food and food for yourself and no one else. You can become very big and very heavy, and you can also put a burden on your family as well.
We have this feeders. Did you ever heard about the feeders?
Yeah, some of the people on TV are very interesting. They can eat for like 6 hours, and the amount of food that they eat is just absurd.
And then you have people they used to attract themselves. They used to love those people that are so fat.
Mm-hmm. And it's also in the Black community. You know, they always love to be with a white woman who is very heavy, or whatever reason. But of course, they have plenty of their own people who are also not as heavy, but yet they go after all of the other nations. Yeah, exactly.
Now, gluttony, it's also like the other sins, a problem of the temple of the Most High. What is the temple of the Most High?
Temple of the Most High is supposed to be your body. It's supposed to be pure. So if
Body.
you allow everything in your body,
Your
you are
body.
tampering with the body.
Go ahead, yeah. Go ahead.
Yeah. So if you keep eating bad food, you're going to keep tampering with your temple, and you're going to keep allowing bad spirits into your body. That way, the Most High cannot dwell there and be if the Most High cannot dwell within you, you have no light. And of course, the light cannot shine through you, and you also don't know where to go.
That's
and then you will become lost.
Fast to see, how, if you fast, one of the first things that you see is how the spirit overcomes your body, your fleshly needs. Real fasting, most of the people did not real fast. Like 7 days or even 30 days, only drinking water. 2 times or 3 times, and then with prayer. Huh? It's not like sitting and watching Netflix and waiting until the time is over. I mean, prayer, or laying on the knees, or laying on the ground and with a sackcloth, praying to the Most High, seeing the vibrations, and you see how tiny you become little by little. The spirits take over your body, and all your lust and all your problem leaves your body. How many people did it? And did Tanzania say that we should do it only once in our lifetime? Even the Muslims are a better example than we are. So,
and sadly, a lot of it has to do with also your environment, because when you're constantly being bombarded with the fact that you have to eat meat, or you have to be eating certain foods, or you have to be in constant certain type of health, you know, it blocks you from the understanding that that's the carnality of your desire of the flesh. And the Most High said it several times, for us to be spiritual, you have to deny the flesh. And so if they're signaling you that that's not a good thing, or if you're living in a society where they're not enforcing that concept, then you remain carnal and you never attain spirituality, and therefore you're easy to be lied to think that you have when you really haven't. And so that's why so many of us can be led astray by those who are teaching falsely, because you never attained a sense of spirituality, because you never truly fast and prayed, like, you know, like Isaiah said, you know, because I know when the first time that I fasted, that was when I really was like, okay, now I see what's going on. And the devil doesn't always want you to attain that understanding, because now you become a threat. And his job is to try to destroy you from whatever you think you know. And so sadly, the gluttony aspect of things is that we have been conditioned as a society of whole, especially in America, where we always want to be, we've been conditioned that you have to have, you have to have, you have to have. Okay. And so food is a big part of that. People say, oh yeah, I gotta have my freezer stocked up with food. I gotta have this, I gotta have that. I gotta have meat, you know, and that's part of it. That it's a conditioning mindset.
Exactly. You got it on point, you know. You can see how you know, let's say like 70% of the animals are going empty, you know. We have a food problem. I don't want to say so much about the pandemic, because we almost talked here in the beginning about the so-called, you know, Jewish, you know, and you know, and the same thing, you know, we have a big problem. I think people are getting killed because other people used to believe that there is no more food for us left. There's no more enough food for us. You know? The truth, what the most of the people doesn't know, is that many people have bunkers, silos, where they used to put their food into. Big old silos, you can't even imagine, because they know that the apocalyptic times will come. You want something from me? You come with money, he will say, no, I don't need your money. Give me something that I can change with food. Give me something, because you need the food. Food will be, it's your energy. This is what you need. You want to come with your car here. I have 2 of them here. I need food. You want the money? No, I don't need your money. You are hungry. Start eating your children, man. This is the truth, brother.
A scripture too. He
Hey,
said
brother, do you know that Zombie say there's nothing new under the heaven? He say, our people, go to Deuteronomy 28, used to eat themselves.
Still do, actually. Some people don't know.
Brother, hunger, okay? Hunger is one of the biggest problems. If you're really hungry, brother, you will become crazy. And that's why it is very bad that we can see our people in those conditions in the ghettos and all over the world having no food, because if you're hungry, you will go crazy. You must steal. What do you want to do? Your body needs food. So
And people have sold their own offspring for food if they get hungry enough.
you must eat.
Yeah.
So if you do not have food, you must steal. And stealing is sin. So one sin comes after another. But if you're hungry, what do you want to do? Or if your family is hungry. So we have to be very careful. And that's why those people that used to do gluttony, having tons of food like the Romans in this time, having tons of meat there, different kinds of meats, goat, chicken, and cow, and whatever, eating all this in one time when other people are suffering. You know, one person is eating meat that costs $3,000-4,000. Yeah, it happens.
Yep.
You know,
True.
when others have nothing to eat, huh? So then something is going wrong here. That's why it is called one of the 7 deadly sins. Brothers and sisters, all the sins here, all the sins that we have counted here are not called by joke 7 deadly sins. These sins here are the sins that will bring you definitely into a judgment that you will never, ever forget, that you do not want for you or anyone of your family member, anyone that you love. If you have one of those things here, if one of those things are your problem, you should definitely try your best to put it under the Most High's table. There are 7 gates of hell. 7 gates of hell. We took the key and I can, you know, no, because it's you guys. If we could speak now with elders, we could speak now about what is really going on, you know, in the spiritual room. Brother, it is this kinds of things here. People think this is a small thing, but people should be careful.
Very big.
You see people coming out of the KFC with the chicken in the hand. You should tell her, hey, be careful, yo. We are watching you. The angels are not, you know, she's full of darkness, full of sins. A person like this isn't normal. Automatically, she have health problems. She becomes very fast angry. She hates herself. So if she hates herself, she hates everyone else. Automatically, she's a hater.
Yeah.
Huh? This is how I know.
Yeah.
Huh? Okay.
Well, Galatians 5 makes it very clear. It says it right here.
Wait, brother.
Now the works of the flesh are manifest, which are these: adultery, fornication, uncleanness, lavishness, idolatry, witchcraft, hatred, variance, emulations, wrath, strife, seditions, heresies, envyings, murders, drunkenness, revelings, and of such like, of the which I tell you before, as I have also told you in time past, that they which do such things shall not inherit the kingdom of Tatanzam.
Exactly.
You won't inherit it.
You can also read your path.
So like here, you're talking about here on the screen.
No.
That what you're saying?
Brother Alexander can also read what he has sent me here.
Oh, gotcha.
Oh yeah. Okay. But a pure fast is what I created, with a pure heart and pure hands. It will release sin. It heals diseases. It casts out demons. It is effective up to the throne of Tatanzambi for an anointment and for a release from sin by means of a pure prayer. So that shows that we have to fast and pray to remove the 7 deadly sins. There's a reason why in scripture tells us that Satan is going to go to the lowest gates of hell. So depending on what you guys want to do, you can also join them. I don't think that's something we all want to go into. We don't want to leave.
You will, if the demons at you, you need someone to cast them out.
Yeah.
You need another relationship with other people. You have to change different kinds of behaviors. If not, those kinds of things will bring you into the second death. Okay? We are always afraid and fear dying. Me, myself, I have no problem with dying. Me, myself, I have nothing what someone can give me here in this world. The only thing that I do is helping people. You can't help me. But what do you want to help me, man? You know, I was sitting in front of people, people can't imagine, you know, they couldn't do anything. They couldn't help me because they are almost lost as well. And poor, because poorness has nothing to do with money. Very poor. I saw them very poor because that's what I saw. They are crying. They cried. They knew where they go. They knew where they used to go. They knew where they used to belong to. You know, today I know that they just do their job like I do my job. But what do you want to give me? I even fight against heaven, brother, and tell them, why do you not come down here? You know, but I have to do my job. It is like it is. So, brother, what I want to say is, we, you know, we have to be prepared. We have to be prepared. Our body is the temple of the Most High. That Nzambi can also kill someone and kill the spirit, which means judging it. Huh? Satan only kills. He's not. He has no power about your spirit. Okay. But the Nzambi, he can judge you as well after death. You know, and this is one of the biggest problems. That's why we should be very careful here. Now we have envy, a feeling of discontent, of resentful longing aroused by someone else's possession, qualities, or luck. Brother Keith, what do you say?
I say that one of the biggest examples of envy was when the Europeans cut up the land and divided it among themselves. They all each was fighting for what the land possessed, and they decided to come together and to decide on what they wanted because they envied what our people had in the land. We see it, and when you envy something, you can start doing a whole lot of different things. You have men that envy another man's wife, that they start to commit murder, to kill the man so that they can get the wife. You see people envying other people's possessions, so they may go and steal in order to attain that same type of possession. So we see that every day. When we turn on the news, we see something that involves this one of these sins of envy. It's all over the place, just like we see all the ones that we've already discussed. This one is just as prevalent as the others.
Yes. Yeah. So envy. What do you say, brother Alexander?
People also envy people who have a lot, and people also don't realize that some of the things that they have done to obtain wealth and fame is very evil. So people love movie stars and all that, but these people unfortunately are not living anymore, because they have sold their souls, sadly. And also people envy people who are in this awakening, and they envy people who have a lot from the Most High, but they don't realize how much people suffer to even have the gifts from the Most High. We have to be careful on who we envy, and we have to love people.
What do you say, brother Train?
Well, it's that famous saying that everybody likes to live up to here in America, keeping up with the Joneses. We have a system where people have been conditioned that I must have something like my neighbor or what my neighbor possesses, even if it's his own. I want, like they say, they see you with a nice, beautiful family. Oh, I want a family like that. I see you with a nice, beautiful house. Oh, I want to have a house like that. Nice car. Oh, where'd you get that car? I like to have a car like that. So the desire of what others possess is a major way that Satan destroys the Bantu in our families, because, we make our life based upon attaining possessions that other people may have. Whether we can do it by the appropriate channels, which they try to say, well, that's going through schooling and getting a good job and all these different things, or it's like, hey, I can't wait that long. I'm going to go take it. I need that. It's where you become carnal about you've now turned it into an obsession of desire where you have to have something, and so it turns you into a very carnal minded person, because at that point you start to focus on focus on those possessions, and your heart is where those possessions are versus the Most High, which is why Isaiah said, lay not your treasures on earth, but in the kingdom. Because why? Your heart goes with what you possess. And if you have a lot of possessions, your heart is not with the Most High, because that's where your focus is going to be.
The Tanzanians say, my ways are not your ways. My thoughts are not your thoughts. My ways are not your ways. My thoughts are not your thoughts. Envy, okay, worldly eyes, worldly emotions, loving worldly things. People only can see that what they see in televisions, radio, what they read, but what goes beyond their mindset, no idea. They have no idea what to do.
My parents, my mom is
That's why
from the
you can
island of
see the government, they have created everything so that like they thought,
Yeah.
but no peace, no love, no construction that had, everything was vanity, everything was against humanity. As much they have built it, as much problems we have, even more sick we became. You can see even the animals and even the whole world started to become sick because they thought they were so smart. Yeah. My ways are not your ways. My thoughts are not your thoughts. How can I be envy of someone if the person, he's already running into his death by thinking, oh, I'm the best guy with my job, whatever. And you also, man, I have to become like that. Man, you have a nice woman. Man, you have a nice car, So you are also following the wrong path. Normally, our people should pack their things and say, I'm going back to the country, going to the mountains. Tatanzami, what is your desire? What do you want from us? Oh, my son, this is the first time you are very smart coming to me and asking. When did our people ask? What is this? No, this thing is broken. When did our people ask? Go ahead, someone.
Yeah, so, just to give an example, my mom is from the Caribbean, where they like to do a lot of tours, and their tourism is their biggest asset. And on the island that she lives is where you find a lot of the celebrities building their luxurious homes. So you can be on one side of the island where you see all of these multi-million-dollar big mansions, and on the other side of the island, you have the natives who are struggling to make ends meet, And one of the things that happened in that time is they tried to force the natives out by raising the taxes on their homes so they couldn't afford to pay it. Because the envy that's involved is like, this is a beautiful island. We love this island. We love where you live. We want to be here, but we don't want you. Okay. But then, of course, you still want them to be there for your servants, because who's going to make your bed? Who's going to do all these different things, you know? And sadly, our own people don't even realize, because of the fact that we don't know who we are in those Caribbean islands, many of us are Bantu, that our Father possesses way more than any one of these people has, that he could literally put them to shame. But we desire those things that those people are putting out there. Why? Because the spirit of Esau, as we now understand it, desired to be like Jacob, okay, and hated the fact that he wasn't like Jacob. So he made it to where we would envy now what he has created in this world, to make us desire the things opposite of what Tatanzambi and Pungu Talendo has meant for us. So now we desire the things the spirit of Esau has provided to our own people, and we've allowed ourselves to sink down to his level rather than being in Mount Zion with Tatanzambi, with the treasures that he possesses that are way greater than the spirit of Esau could possibly even come up with. And that's our problem.
This is the thing. Satan wanted to become like man, and man wanted to become like Satan or God, like an angelic being. They want to have thick lips. They want to have our color, inherit our lands. We, as the children of Isolele, wants to live in Europe in the snow. We want to live like they do. Huh? You see? Controversial. My thoughts are not your thoughts, which means human thoughts are very dangerous. Who has asked the Most High what his ways are, what he has prepared? Is the way that the world goes today, is it the way from the Most High? Did the Most High not say that a utopia will be built, even better than that we have now? Satan and his angels that were thrown to the earth, he just took 1/3 of the knowledge of the Malekis. The rest is for us. He's not smart. If it comes to smartness, sit down with the people, with the scientists, political people, engineers and builders of materials, even geologists, sit down with them and now start challenging them. Pray to the Mwanda and Semi to come down. After 1 hour, they will come to a conclusion to crown you, because you will have another knowledge that they have never seen before. And that's why still today they need Jacob to do something. They need always someone, that will betray the Most High so that they can fulfill something in this world. How does it work? Everything is in balance. Everything belongs to something. If you die, you give something to the earth. The beast gives the animals. Every animal has another function to give into the world, and to even honoring the Most High. The nature have the functions to, to make the world stable, like
It's a circle of life.
Stable like it is. Exactly. So everything has its function. If you don't make it as a man and you had your star, you are a star. If Tatanzami say this guy here will create one day a car, and you didn't make it, it can take many years that someone else comes. It can take thousands of years that someone else comes and do it. Do you know that? What do the scientists do? They recry it. If they know this man here, he came with this and this knowledge from the universe. We call it, at that time we used to call it alien technology. You come with a certain knowledge that is inside of you only, and they have to suck it out to bring it into this world right here. This is why I know what this is. This is a phone for you, but I know what is inside here. You can click here on things, click, click, it's going to and change people's minds, my brother. By listening to some frequencies, even if you see in the television, if you see they start doing publicity, Teletubbies and whatever, all these frequencies, these are messages, telegrams. And they want to know, where are the Bantus? They want to spy you. They want to know who has the next thing that came from heaven that we can inherit for our own, the next soldier, the next knowledge, to bring it, to use it for us. Did you know that? I told you already, brother.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah, this is how it works. This world is very complicated because you have today iPhone 1, not even in the end of the year, you have already iPhone 10. We are walking with high speed. But you see someone has done something, you think it's a normal guy, but not for the universe. Everyone is someone. Everything is something. You see a small stone in the street. This small stone, you didn't see it for granted. Even the people respect the people that you see. You shouldn't. It could be someone else sitting here with me. I could be Donald Trump. Why am Mikhael? Be careful with the universe. Envy is the problem, that mostly everyone have, because we live in this planet. But we have love. We love most of the sins, but envy is there because the world have taught us, to love that what other people have, to desire what other people have. Because if you don't have the new Nike Presto, brother, you are poor. If you don't have the woman that have the big butt, and you're coming with the skinny woman there around the cross, they will be like, that guy, man. Or you're riding your bike, it will be this guy here, man. He will ride his bike even if he's 50. You're living in your mom's house and whatever. So the world wants you to be like they are. And envy would be also good for our people if they use it in the righteous way, to start in seeing their positions. The Most I have already put us in this position to have envy to the nations. We as the Benabetu, I tell you, brothers, I didn't see many people really fighting for their own people. If it comes that they see the nations, the Muzungu and whatever, they become so jealous. Others start even shaking. They're so scared that they say, So the Tanzania put us also in a position as a nation to be in envy about the nations. So what we should do is to find the source, the divine energy. And this divine energy should come to us again as a nation to use us so that we do not feel this envy no more to each other and to the nations, because they do not have anything. But many of us had this envy automatically. And we should be very, very careful. The nations by themselves, you can see it in politics. You can see it everywhere, like they used to fight themselves, like they used to hate themselves because of envy as well. So it is a big problem for every human being here on earth because of the worldly needs. But we have not to forget that those people, Satan doesn't fight Satan. Sometimes it looks like WWF, WWE. It is like they used to show us that they hate each other, but after talking in front of the television later, they started their rituals. They're one family. You shouldn't forget that. Having envy on someone or something or on the nations, but using this envy to produce something for yourself or your people by saying, look at the others. Look at the rain that the Tanzania is given by to the nations. This is the same rain that we want for us. The same blessings. By changing our streets, changing our positions in politics, changing everything that we have. So envy can be also a good thing. And we should be very careful. Okay? If someone wants too much, you know, he will also fall very, very deep. Let us pass this part. Let's go to pride.
Yeah, this one's a very dangerous one here. You know, because it says, like when scripture says knowledge is puffed up. When we see people who feel that they have arrived at a sense of understanding or knowledge or think they know things, it allows them to be like a person where there's no room for anything else to teach them. So once they become prideful about things, it's like you stop being like a little child, like Isaiah talked about. And now you start believing that you can now teach other people how you think it should go, but you can't, there's no room for them to learn anymore about what really needs to be taught.
You know, they think they're all knowledgeable. They know everything now. There's nothing that you can tell them now. And when they go to try to teach others, that is how it is. And they refuse to listen to anything differently because now they have it all. No one can be like me. I'm the best. I know everything. I have all the knowledge. You need to come to me. Very dangerous.
And that's why we have to be like children in front of the Most High. Because if we become like Satan, that is where we'll fall. We have to be like children. So then we can have our blessings back, because we cannot be like the other nations. Pride will make us fall very quickly. And that's not what the Most High wants at all from any of us.
You know what, you know, and having the spirit of the Most High, we are always learning. We can never think that now we know everything. We are forever learning and gaining knowledge, strengthening our spirituality and our connection with the Most High. So we can never become complacent and be satisfied with now, because we have to continue to grow. We have a nation to build. There's new knowledge to attain. There's different things to bring into this world that's unlike what this world is and what it already knows. So yeah, pride can be very dangerous if you gain a little knowledge and now you think that you are supreme, that you know everything. We have to be very careful about pride.
If it comes to knowledge, brother, I tell you something, the most of the problem that our people have is pride. They do not want to listen to anyone. They do not want to learn. They do not want to listen. They do not want to see anything about others. That what they do, it's everything. It's the best. The best. Number one. Nelly, I'm the number one stunner, number one here. You see someone with the baggy pants, you know, it's bigger than his body, and I'm number one with the big old chains. He can't even carry the chains. I'm number one. Number one. Number one for your community, for your friends that sees you as number one. You're a king for your people, the 2 or 3 crazy people that didn't go to school. You're a king for them. But how the world sees you, this is what you do not see. How the Maleki, how the spiritual world sees you, this is what you do not know. You're the number one because you are, you know, someone that goes normally to military. Pride. He thinks, I will kill them all. How should I die? So they think directly, the demons say, you are almighty. You can make it without being touched. You are the best. This is the problem of the black man, especially the black man. You can start something, they will tell you directly, do you know you're the best singer now? You're the best movie star. You are the best in school. If they start telling you that you are the best, the black man becomes crazy. White dudes are not like this, man. Do you think that you can talk with a black leader? Just like talking to him like we are talking today now here? Brother, you're talking with Massa, man, brother. But hey, do you think that you can talk with a black leader like this? You have very, very warm dreams. Okay? You will be like, who are you? Who are you? Hey, I'm a human like you. No, you're not a human. Who are you? You are nothing. Okay? Do you know who I am? Pride. You will not even, hey, you can see people because they own companies or little things. You will even think, hey, why is this guy so prideful? He will not even let you talk to him because he starts, my company, I own this, I make money like this, blah, blah. Black people. Look at the famous people in the United States or all over the world where we have our famous people that have a lot of money. They do not talk about how much companies they own and how much workers. Look at my chain and look at my shoes and hey, I will take your life tomorrow. And you are talking about your shoes. So the white people are like, how dumb are they? Huh? They're like, because Chinese, huh? All the nations, we have to be very careful with gifts and blessings. This pride here is for the black man. This is a problem of the black man. All the nations have nuclear bombs. If one have one, the other one want also 2 of them. Then if one have a new jet that can bomb the world, like a like a jet, like a flight, like this helicopter or what, Apache or whatever. The other one wants something, or if one have a house, the other one wants two. Everyone is prideful, but not like the black man. The black man is so emotional that pride always goes to the negative way. It stops his ways to be normal, so that he can't interact no more in the normal ways with normal people. He shut down everyone that is under him and puts himself in a position by forgetting that normally there is no limit high. You will always have a boss above you. You will always have some people that have more money, have more wealth, have more this. So what are your pride? You become sick, my friend.
Yeah.
Then he becomes sick and, please don't kill me, Father, because he starts praying. The same pride guy, he goes to toilet to make caca. He goes to toilet and shits, and he's pride and say he's different. So there's no difference between men. Okay, there's no difference between men, but the prideful guy with the chain running down the street. Do you know me? I'm from the Bronx. I can kill you, my friend. I will take your life. You know, it's like everyone that is prideful, this person must be humbled.
Willie Lynch indoctrination of 300 years.
He must
I mean,
be humbled. He must,
you know,
and that's why you can see our people can't move forward like this. You can see it in the land, especially in the land. You will see it everywhere. Everyone that has. The last time I bought something in the store. And then you know, the guy paid with his credit card, and he gave it to a person to type his code, and then and then the person said, "Oh, no one has given me his credit card. This is the first time." He said, "Do you know who I am? Do you know what I can do with you if you steal my credit card?" And I was like, "Oh my goodness, who are you? Huh? I take a knife here and pam, and you are gone, you damn shit." But he's like, "Do you know who I am?" Because this guy is corrupt. This guy, he wants to show himself to say, "I'm working with the government. I am la la la." No, you are human.
yeah.
And you didn't change anything in this world to say, "No, you know who I am." You're working and stealing from our people, you damn dumb shit, you know? And, you know, showing yourself that you're better, you know, because you're living in a country that has no conditions and you have money, and so that you can use our people, you know? These are the same people taking our people and doing bad things to our people. Do you know who I am? Who are you? You see? This is, all this goes to pride.
Yeah.
So many people think pride is a small thing, but it isn't. It isn't. It goes also to our education. If we start growing, when you see the children become to know different kinds of things, and they're starting to have a new behavior, like starting to showing their own parents, like that they used to know more than their own parents. Prideful against the parents. I mean, it's okay if you know more than your parents. Maybe you know more, but to be prideful, that's a sin. Because it can be that, it can be that you know how to, let's say, you know how to go to a club, but your family, maybe your father can say, I went to a club more often than you. You are now going 5 times to a club. Father, do you know what? I was dancing this move, and your father say, hey man, I danced it many years ago. It's an old move, you know? What do you want to show me? Oh, I went to this club. Your father, I went to this club like several times. So we have a big problem here. Our people are prideful. They do not want to have any relationship or, you know, any relationship with, you know, let's say they don't want to have anything to do with, to humble themselves. You know, they don't want to humble themselves. And it is a big problem. We have governors, we have politicians, we have police officers. Every Black people is pride. So you have someone already, he is in the degree like 100, you know, he's already someone, he's overheated. He's already someone that if you only say something like, yeah, why did you do that? He will be like explosive. And then he meets another person. This person should be someone that, you know, that's why you have in the battery, you have minus and plus, right? But now you find someone, he's even crazier than the people that is over, than the guy that is overheated. He will be like, did you say that to me? And the other guy, did you say I will come with my cousin? I will come with the police. I will come with the army. And the other guy, I will come with a nuclear bomb. I will come. Normally, all this should be all this problem should be, you know, how called? They should talk differently. They should, you know, do everything. What this conversation should go differently. Just say like, hey, look, hey, it's okay. Everything's okay. This problem we can, you know, resolve it like this and this. Done. But because of pride, the one is explosive, the other one is explosive. You know, and that's why many of us, many of our people can't work together. We can't build something up because we are too prideful. This is what you can't see, brother. You can. This was one of the problems of Donald Trump, by the way. He was very prideful.
Oh yeah.
But normally you have teachers, brothers, you have rich old people by the white people. You will see him in the streets. He's wearing pants like he used to sleep in the streets. You will not even imagine that this guy have money. But now you have this money Mayweather running with thousands of guards, but we used to know that he used to be a profi boxer before. Then I have to ask myself, how can it be that that dude is running with 20 guards around the streets? You know, so it makes no sense. This is so much money that he's just and nothing for our community at all.
And also the amount of money he throws in a strip club.
Exactly.
You know,
so
like $500,000.
This guy didn't just have pride; he had lust, lots of lust.
Well, yeah, and see, sadly, you know, just to get an idea what people understand is, so I was talking to that brother that always tries to exploit, or he tries to expose the world of the you know, the NFL, the NBA, all these different levels, is that we don't realize as Beulah Bantu, or as the Black man, you know, they make it look like it's, because I was a part of this too. I was a coach. I was a part of all this whole thing. They make it look like it's a good thing when all you're doing is you're feeding a factory of wealth, because the owner of that NFL team What is he really doing for the community that you just came from when you came from the hood in Houston?
Nothing.
Nothing. Okay. The owner of that NBA team, what is he doing for the hood back in New York?
Nothing.
Nothing. Okay. So he's generating a desire for you to come play for him or be in that system. Because like I said, I remember watching them, how they would recruit players from the time that they're in elementary school to middle school, knowing that they were going to be the superstars by the time they get to college. Okay. But what did they really, yeah, you say, well, you help my mom, I help my dad, I help I helped everybody. But what about your community? What about your people? What did the University of so-and-so do for your community? What did the professional so-and-so do for your people as a whole? Okay. Nothing. But they want you to promote them, and you'll run around with their jersey, you'll run around with their your name on that player's name on the back. You'll want to be like so-and-so. Okay. Yeah, they do something, they show like charities and work and all that, but what have they really done for Tatanzambi's people? Nothing.
Brother,
and that's where, and when you try to be, yeah,
then they used to be very proud. And brother, I could talk to different kinds of people in different kinds of levels and companies, doctors, physicians, but now try to go here to Angola to talk to those people. They will be like, who is this? Who are you? So these are the differences, at work, you can talk to your chef, to the shop, to the company owner, even to his managers. You can talk to them. You can have a conversation with them. Arguments. Try to do it to your black guy or in anyone else from other. It's always different. But a prideful guy, he will be like, "You're talking to me? Do you know who I am? Clean up the bottom." This is reality, brothers and sisters. And that's why this is a very bad sin. If someone thinks that he's higher than human universe, that he's higher than everything, it's a very bad sin. If someone has this problem, this one is useless. This person, just let him, you don't go against him because you will lose anyway. We used to say in Germany, the Klügere gibt nach, which means the one that is smarter, he stops the bad, the fights. He stops. If you're smarter, you stop fighting against foolish people, because he will just go higher and higher, and at last he will start beating you up, or even can kill you, because he thinks that he's someone that he's not. He can be DMX. Where is he today? I remember who let the dogs out, whatever he was, where is he? Everyone will die. I remember his best days. I remember the best days of Michael Jackson, the Smooth Criminal. He was touching his balls and everyone fall asleep. He was a god, my goodness. Where is he today? So that's why especially we as a people, we as a nation, we have to give another chances. We have to start communicating. We are very proud people, just making movies against someone, You don't even know what is really going on, you know. Just
Yeah.
taking someone's photo, poop. The guy said this. It won't give you money. It won't change your position. It won't do anything for you. But in this moment, you're so prideful. Like, let me show the world who I am. What kind of things I know about that person. And after saying all these warm words, all this dust goes out from ear, it goes out. Nothing happens. Everything continues like it was before. So it's
Exactly.
a very,
Right.
very, very bad spirit. Be careful with that.
Yeah.
It doesn't build. It doesn't change anything for good. It doesn't do good. You know, it is always better to be humbled in any case.
Mhm.
Yeah, you can be pride if you have done something good. Yeah, Father, here, this is what I made. Who here, community, look what is happening, how Tatanzambi is changing things. Look what we are doing in agriculture. Look what I have done in school. It's always good, but to be prideful,
Mhm.
this is
Yeah.
what
In other words, you can show pride for what you've done for Tatanzambi and the people, but also always show humility in what you do. Yeah.
And the biggest danger of pride is when you start getting around people who want to teach scripture. That's the one where Bantu people really, I mean, like you said, you'll go to these churches and say, my pastor, my pastor, my pastor.
horrible.
You can't go against my pastor. And it's like,
Horrible.
you have no, I mean.
I tell you, they will be humbled.
Yeah.
Tanzambi said very clear. He have a lot of time. He has a lot of time. The only problem is that all of us, the universe is one. You know, you see this pride person. As long he is not humbled and judged, nothing will change with you too. So everything in this cosmos is one. And that's why just do your part.
Mhm.
You know, I will tell you something. If the story of Isaiah is true, that he died and whatever, what did he change? Nothing. He came, died. He said, no, not my world, man. It's there in the scriptures. He
Yeah.
said, what? Not my world. I will give it back to those who belongs to this world. I tell you, that's the secret of the Malik, brother.
Wow.
This fight is not our, this here is human, okay? Just to tell you the truth,
Wow.
brother. Just do your part. That's the only thing. Huh? They came.
Wow, yeah.
Solomon, they give him the scepter. He had different kinds. He was a god in front of human. What happens to the wisest man on earth? How can you be so wise and you dying with 30? Do you know that he died very young? Huh? Wise and dying this age? This looks like sorcery, right?
Yeah.
So, my brothers and sisters, this is it is a very complicated world. And he was pride. Solomon was pride. He knew he could do everything what he wants to do.
Yeah.
This is what is happening with all the superstars. You're talking to Nicki Minaj. She would start, what? Do you know how I am? Do you know who I am? Do you know how much I make? Huh? Do you know my position? No, the only thing that I see is that you are a woman and that you are a normal human. You can sit down with me here having a dinner. No, I need this car, I need this hotel, I need, you know. And we are forgetting that everyone must go to toilet. Everyone is having the same brief, that everyone must eat. Everyone, you know. that you are just a human. Give chance, space for other people. You do not know if they come to bless you. You do not know if they come, if the Most High is coming to visit you through them. You do not know what they will bring you. So let the other people also come to influence, to have a part in your life. Many people are directly like, no, Mikhael, hey, me, like for my case, many people never spoke to me, but directly like, no, that guy. Spirit says directly, this guy is different. I think it's too much for me. Stop. Right.
Yeah.
In the same way, you have this prideful people that call themselves king and stuff like that. But
yeah.
And see that thing that frustrates me about that whole concept about pride is they forget the Most High said there was a reason why he didn't want us to have a king. Because what happened? Every king carried pride. And you see what happened even now in our captivity. We got sent into captivity because of why? Kings who had pride, who decided they knew better than the Most High. You know? And that's why we don't understand. Leaders can mess you up. Leaders can bring you up, but they can also bring you down. And that's what happened to you solely.
that's what the most of the people do not know, because many people are like, you sold me, you sold me, you sold me. It's the king sold us. The king started selling their people by accepting another nation coming in to their, private,
Their private inner circle.
exactly, private inner circle,
Mhm.
and allowing them to not only be a part of it, but to be equal with them in the inner circle.
And also to influence it.
To influence it, to show everything, to give it away. What happened to do with us? And so many people must be very humble. They have to know what is going on here. The king, and the king has the responsibility of the whole, the complete nation. Here, American people have nothing to say. If the government say this will happen, it will happen.
Yeah.
Okay.
I tell people all the time. Yeah.
I say all that. You can't go to all America and say, you know what? Oh, you guys here in America, you are just killing people. You went there, you did this, you did this. It was normally, yes. It was some people that moved America to do so. And then here comes the problem. If everyone goes to the right, it doesn't mean that you can't go to the left.
Exactly.
This is what the people would understand.
Right.
They're like, if everyone goes to the right, let me be the first one that goes to the right. By even starting beating people up to be the first one.
Yeah.
Okay?
Yep.
Stealing and robbing and doing bad things to be the first one in the wicked. So to be accepted in the wicked congregation. Okay? But in the left side, you look at the left side, no one there. Maybe one guy is looking by himself. Should I not go to the right? Oh my goodness. Hey, no one here. I'm alone. I'm frustrated. And this is our community from today. So humans love lies and wickedness and prideful people. If someone starts to say, I will blow churches in Africa, I will, kill the pastors, I will go, and, all lies, all lies. See, that's why the same people go to the psycho trees and stuff, but, this is the true world. Now we have another problem. Anger.
Mhm. Mhm.
Oh yeah. The
Mhm.
big one.
Okay, anger. We have people that are always angry.
Mhm.
Hmm?
Mhm.
You have people, you just watch him,
Always.
he's directly, you see the fire inside of his eyes. Do you want me? Hmm? Do you want? You're like, what's going on with you, man?
Mhm.
But did I wrong? So this is reality. Anger is a spirit that is unaufhaltbar. It's like unstoppable. If someone is angry, it depends for you now how long.
Mhm.
Some people are angry very long, and some people are only angry for a short time. It's better to having people to know people that are angry just for a short time, angry about something, someone, yeah, and then let it go. Being angry is okay, but then let it go. Let the world flow. It is always an up and down. But we will have people, they're angry, they're always angry. And anger in the wrong time kills. Always kills.
Yeah.
Hmm? You have a problem with your wife. You are so angry in that moment because you know how our wives are, or a woman. Me, never it happened to me, but I mean, this is how I know how the spirit is telling me. I know also the conflicts that my mother and my father had, fighting or whatever, you know. So, but in this moment, okay, let's say, for example, the woman takes something and throws over you, and you are like, what? You know, you become so angry that you can control your emotions, you can control your body, you let the demons inherit yourself, and you start beating the woman like a punching ball. Let's go, you know? Hey, you can kill this person. Many people, I know it from, you know, from my youth, someone has beaten one time someone, one punch. He fell to the ground, he never stood up again. That. Only because you are angry in that moment. And anger comes, and this is also how it disappears. It was never there. And sometimes the person that you fight can become your best friend. Hating someone and loving someone, these are neighbors. You can also love someone, and then he can become your worst nightmare, your biggest enemy. Okay, which means, you know, to be angry in the righteous way. Like me, I am very often angry. If I see the situation where I am sometimes, or where our people are, or how the people used to, you know, treat others, or how the people used to work, you know, or, you know, mostly how the world goes, I can become very angry, you know. This is anger in the righteous way. Like if you say that you want to judge the world by showing them all the negative things that they have done, you must become angry. You can't be like, hey man, you guys, you took us to slavery and drinking vodka. I am the king. And, hey, Donald Trump, do you know what, man? You can't come like a gangster and talking to them like you're friends or you're like, no, you have to be like, you will die now. What? I will die? Boom, die. Gone. This is righteous anger. You take your staff, boom. Heart attacks one after another. Okay? So this is what we want. People calling on fire from heaven by singing, da, da, judgment, bah, bah, bah. Okay? This is righteous anger. But today, we have animalic, like animals, animalic emotions, being angry about things that we shouldn't be, and a small rat becomes an elephant. Okay?
Animalistic behavior.
And we as a nation, for us in the position where we are, we shouldn't act like this. Because the nations, they use our emotions against us. The police come. Of course, the police is a racist. Of course, the government doesn't like you. Of course, your teacher hates you. And now you start, hey man, do you know what? Do you know I come from the Bronx? You start becoming so angry that your argument becomes foolishness and your rights becomes wrong. So the police officer or the government or whoever that is becomes right. He receives his rights even if normally you used to be right. To be angry, it is here, that part here. Then Bundu, that part, it's like you feel pain here on the stomach, you're angry, and then goes to your head and oh yes, anger, it's okay, it's normal, but do your best to control your anger, to not to be so far, too long. We have people that never spoke with other people over 10 years, family members. Because they're so angry. If they see him, I hate him, he's wrong, he did this and this and this and this. My goodness, the problem is, if you carry as much burdens and problems you carry, you do not carry, if you carry something, it is in your body, which means you are impulsive or explosive, which means something is growing inside of you. And if you're an impulsive person, you will become sick. You can become a heart attack. You high blood pressure.
Mm-hmm.
And if you're explosive, you let it out. This is what most of the people hate. You start going verbal against humans to protect yourself because you're angry. Some people with the N-word, like nigger or motherfucker, or I will kill you, different kinds of things. anger? Go ahead.
Two wrongs don't make a right. So if you want to win a conversation, you have to do it with love and understanding both sides, that even you could be wrong. So, and it's a lot better to leave with peace. If you want to leave with anger, you're going to lose. And that is where Satan has you again, and which also includes our emotions. It's hard for sometimes some people to dial back their emotions. It's not an easy thing, but it's something we all have to try to get in tune with, is knowing what emotion to use during a certain type of action or what situation we have. So you also have to have compassion even for your enemy as well. So then, you can still win the war as well.
Well, yeah, I'm looking at Ephesians 4:26. Well, I'll start with 25. It says, "Wherefore, putting away lying, speak every man truth with his neighbor, for we are members of one another. Be ye angry and sin not. Let not the sun go down upon your wrath." And see, when we look at ourselves as a people, especially as Bantu, that is our biggest problem, is that we want to still be able to, when we get angry, we want to start lying about people. We want to start causing all kind of conflict. We want to start making things up, even if it is to make ourselves look better and to justify your anger, while at the same time you're tearing down the other person, and you don't even realize you really need these people. We need to be unified. So rather to make yourself look like you're somebody out of your own anger for something you think they have done you wrong, okay, you're going to go so far as to make it into a big feud where it can destroy your whole family. And the problem a lot of times is that, yes, there are things that happen to us that are really wrong, that the Most High is like, yeah, that's a bad thing that happened to you. But at the same time, we have to realize, okay, he will take care of it better than you can. Okay. So if you allow that anger to fester because of what has happened to you, then you're only, like it says it right here. It says, neither give place to the devil. Now you're turning over to the devil to start to plot and scheme and do all these different things where you can literally kill the person with your own mouth. Like Isaiah said, he says, that what you say can cause people to die. You can murder someone by what you say, okay, in the spirit. And we don't understand that concept is so true, because that is why we stay torn apart as a people, because we're constantly murdering ourselves with our mouth because of our anger. And people don't realize that that's a lot of the problem.
Yep. If I can add on.
That's right.
Go ahead, Daniel.
Go ahead.
Great. If you have anger towards a person, it's not good. You must not have anger towards the person. You must have anger towards the spirit that is influencing the person, and pray against the spirit, not against the person with your words. So you should hate the spirit, not the person.
And anger has two heads. It can be destructive, but it can also be productive. And an example, the European nations took our land, took our ancestors' land. So that makes us angry. What do? We don't go to fight back with swords and to try to get missiles and guns. No, we take it back by exercising patience, by planning, by coming in it another way. And that way is through the Mwanda. That way is through the Most High. That way is we do not take on that violent nature, but we take on the smart way of going about and do it. And through the Most High, we will take back the land. The land will come back to the people. And that is righteous anger.
I mean, the Most High is angry as well. He is a very angry God, man.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
You know, You know,
Yeah.
we see what he have done to us as his nation, his people.
Yeah.
We must a power be, man. Come on.
Yeah.
So if
Well,
he say that he will judge the world even more, they will drink double cup. How angry must be the Most High? How angry must he be?
for a double cup, he's very, I mean, like I said, you know, people forget. Just look at what happened in Kamata. You know, Egypt, when the Pharaoh made him angry, people forget the Pharaoh didn't just pay for it. Everybody in Egypt paid for it. Okay? Because why? You support this man, then you are in the same spirit with this man. Okay? So if you're supporting a person who is actually destroying Yoruba, who is destroying Tatanzambi's people, whether you know it or not, you are in the same spirit with this man. So the double cup comes upon you because he said ignorance is not his problem. If you don't know that they're messing us up and you don't know that you've been lied to, that's not his problem. But at the same time, we also must realize his anger was upon us. We lost our kingdom. The white man didn't take it from us. We lost our kingdom. Okay? Like Isaiah said, if this were my kingdom, you couldn't touch me. Okay? If we truly were doing what the Most High said in Congo, in our land, nobody could touch you if you were demonstrating his kingdom within you. No one can touch you. But the problem was our own foolishness led to what we're now experiencing now. Yes, we're angry what they're doing to us. Yes, it is wrong.
Taste how
Okay.
salty the meat is.
You know, but we have to realize the righteous anger is that now the Most High will bring it back what they've done to us. We need to be in the same spirit with him and not with the world.
I think we this righteous anger thing is that what our people really actually needs, especially in the land. They need this anger, this righteous anger, to understand, to overstand all the things that happen to us, because they are not angry enough. If they're angry, they're angry going after donuts and KFC, and they're angry.
Fighting over Popeye's chicken.
Exactly. But they are not angry enough to have the willing to change the conditions in our countries, the conditions for our people that are destroyed in the four corners of the earth. This is righteous anger, and this is what we need. This is the right energy. By not being stupid, by not being angry and wasting this energy, but taking this anger and working even harder to change our people's mindset, conditions, living standards, politics, whatever. Our people are not angry enough.
I mean, just a really good buddy of mine, him and a guy got into an argument over a parking space. Where do you accomplish? I mean, then he's dead. Where's the? I mean, that's our problem. You know, we focus our energy on the wrong thing. We focus on we've been conditioned to focus on, like, we get angry about guarding our streets in the neighborhood. Wait a minute, your name's not even on these streets. You know, what are you get more angry about the black man's condition as a whole, not just as your street, you see? And that's where our problem is. We're being misled by so many of our leaders to understand, hey, look, you need to get upset with this leader. Okay, hit the righteous anger with this leader, like, look, we know you're messing us over. We need to fix this. Okay.
One thing
and that's
our people are also very angry is like our people in the United States, that they say they were sold by people from Africa. They are very angry about that still today. Very, I don't know what kind of percentage, but many people, we have even some in the Caribbean saying they were sold by African people, and they are so angry that they themselves became the enemy of the people in Africa and Gentiles. So it's like they say we are Gentiles.
Well, and see, that's a trip, because you gotta forget, man. People forget. It's just like what you're talking about in the drug world and in the pedophile world and the pornography world. Somebody has to give them the money. Where did the money come from? Okay, so he sold you. Who gave him the money? Okay, that's where it starts. Somebody had to actually have the desire to purchase you. That's the problem. And now, why did that happen? So you can't just come back and say, "Oh, you sold me." Well, who gave it? Who bought? Who did that? Okay.
But wait a minute. It's okay. It's I mean, hey, come on. If someone sell me or whatever, I will be also, very angry. But
No,
now,
I agree with that. But
righteous anger. We have to
right, but
find
what is it? Yeah.
anger. But now I'm living in the country or in land or whatever. It doesn't belong to me. I see the conditions, nothing has changed. Then I need the righteous anger like Muhammad Ali, Tyson, Martin, all the revolutionists. They had righteous anger by saying one more time, this country doesn't belong to us, but this is where we used to come from. This is the righteous anger that they showed. If our people in the diaspora today would one more time getting their minds together, understanding, hey, what? These people took everything what they have from us. And even when I was sold, the ship wasn't from the guys that sold us, it came from these people here. And still today, I used to work for these people here as a slave.
Yeah.
Which means I want you have to become so angry about the positioning, about everything that happened, that you change your positions and you go back to the beginning, where everything started. And this is how Tatanzambi have put prophets and all those people into this world, because they had always this anger to change the wrong things in this planet. Where other people give up, Tatanzambi say, I don't need 1 million. I don't need 100,000. I don't need 5 or 6. I need 1. Say, maybe 1. But I need someone that takes the righteous anger to change something. Because the most of our people, they just gave up and take something that they themselves did not understand and say, this is the problem, and it's gone. But to face the problem, because they are angry because of something, but they do not face the problem, they do not go after the problem to change this problem. They're running away. But then I have to ask myself, how long do you want to run away from that what is yours? It will be never given to you for free. It will never be given to you just by running away. It will not given to you or any one of your children as well. Our people doesn't have passports. Our people in the land where they used to be born, you can't do anything because you did some crimes or whatever, or one crime. You can't get a job. You can't do anything. You are just a living creature. They're just waiting for you and counting the days. This guy will have the number V678, no, oh, blah, blah, in prison. This girl here will be drugged. She here will be, very soon she will be a prostitute. Huh?
Yeah.
You know, you are not, they know, they know. They look at you like this and say, nothing will happen. That guy is zero.
Yeah.
It's just
Exactly.
a soul that came here, you know. He's not dangerous to us. This is, if your anger, everything that happens to us, when will our people learn from it? When will our people wake up?
Yeah.
You
That's
know?
why.
You know,
Yeah.
if your father beats you up daily and you run away from the house, you know, you already saw the violence, right? Now, will you also go out and starting beating everyone up? Or will you go out to find your own apartment to try to do exactly the opposite thing what your father have done? But what do our people do? He will take one woman, maybe another one, beating the children up like his father have done, doing the same mistakes. People leaving Africa, they left Africa. They took all the money together. The family used to collect money like $5,000-$10,000. People that used to come from Africa to Europe or whatever, these people are not poor. Nay. The poor people still in the land. They stay there. Now you come to a new land where you have the chance to do something and you do not want to change your position. You do not want to change your lifestyle. You do not want to change your life at all to become someone else, to learn from the mistakes, from the problems that you face. And these are the problems that we have. Oh, my wife, I have to stop preaching.
Yeah, and see, that's why I like Kefla's made a great video where he said we have to unlearn the narrative of the lie of what was taught by the Mzungus. You know, he's like, you believe this Catholic thing about they converted a bunch of heathens into better people and civilized them, when it's all a bunch of lies. And see, that's our biggest problem is we don't get angry enough to understand the narrative alone is a lie. So unlearn it. We are the people. We are the people of the book. So
Exactly.
unlearn the narrative. That's what you got to get righteously angry about, is that they came and told you you were not the people of the book and you were heathens, and they were the people who were actually representing the Messiah, and they're not. You know, you got to unlearn the narrative.
Mm-hmm.
This is the problem why we shouldn't trust the
Right.
pastors. Because they will never be angry enough to teach us the righteous way, to teach us the right things. Yeah, the truth, let's say like this, the truth that shall set us free. Why? Because they are not angry. If you're angry, you will be like teaching the gospel by knowing everything that passed, by knowing the history, and having the opportunity, the willing to change our people. But if our people starts to say,
Our people are too comfortable in their land of captivity to get angry, to be angry.
if our people starts to you know, if my wife just attacked me here.
Okay, it's okay. We understand. I'm pretty sure. Yeah, we understand.
The pastors, right? If they teach us a false God, a false power, a false Messiah, false prophets, false history. Where is the anger in all the story that they say?
Mhm.
They take a false love and put it in the midst and show it to the people. They show you fables and how called they sell
False narrative, yeah.
exactly. They sell to you a feeling that you always feel good, that you're always feeling good what you're listening, it's always good what you have always, and the women's, they love it the most. They're like, yeah, my pastor, this is my
Oh, yeah.
they love it if they listen to these smooth words.
Oh yeah, they set that
But
environment,
where is
boy.
the anger? Where is the truth? If we have the
Yeah.
truth and the anger in once, to what happened to the prophet, to what happened to our forefathers in the Bible, was there.
Mhm.
Look at the book of Revelation. Look at even the Isaiah in the book. He was always angry, man. He beat up people in the church. He pronounced judgment and stuff like that. But no, I never heard the pastor saying those things. Massa, he went in front of the Pharaoh. He said, who are you? Throw the staff to the bottle. The snake started to eating other snakes off. So we had to deal with angry people. Noah and other people. When the rain started to come, people were very angry. He fought there against those people, and by telling them, look, this water will finish you guys off. So anger was always a weapon that the Tanzania have used, to, proclaim judgment, to tell people, this is about to come. But I never see it by pastors. They are the good people. They are always good. They're always nice. Where is the truth? Where is the anger? No. Isaiah is not angry, man. No, the Tanzania loves everyone. But people are dying like fleas in Africa. People are dying in the United States. People getting beaten in the streets, people getting, they're putting people to the bottom, and he's crying of his mother and saying he doesn't get air, I can't breathe and whatever. No, Jesus is God, and God is love and whatever. God is not love, my brother. This is a damn lie. And you see, this is where we are today. So this anger, okay, this anger thing, it's very important for our people. They must become angry, because if they are angry, not about themselves, but saying, you sold me, going deeper by knowing, wait a minute, I must become angry in the righteous way to change something in this world. Okay? Then we can change, then we will change something. But being angry for dumb things, man, brother, this won't help us at all.
If we have righteous anger, that means we have the fire of the Most High within us.
Mm-hmm.
This is what we have to ask for.
Right.
Fire. There is a fire that the most of the people doesn't speak about. They're mostly, if you take fire, you see some fire, you take some water, you throw it over the fire, then the fire won't be no more. But that's a lie. The Tanzanians say, my fire against my people will be forever. And still today we see it.
Yes. Oh yeah.
You see? There will be a fire that you can throw water to it and it will always burn. You see? Yeah. So this is anger, the wrath of the Most High.
Romans 18.
This is the same anger that he will put over Babylon. Good luck to the people that are waiting for the spaceship to come to pick them up. It's better for them to having the last trip parties, man. Good for them to have in the last trip party because it is about to come.
Yeah, Romans 1:18, boy. Woo.
They think
That's-
the judgment that our people used to live in Africa and stuff, you know, that this is a judgment, and then that judgment that will come upon the nations. They think it's the same. They're thinking, oh man, if I'm here and it starts to getting hot here, you know, if I see the final countdown is happening, I will just, you know, protect myself, going under my chair and hiding myself here. Nothing will happen. It will pass. But the problem is, you know, that what is about to come. You can't run away from it. All the wicked stuff that happened in our countries will come over Edom. This anger from the Most High would show that the Most High is not that love that the pastors used to preach. If the Most High is that love that the pastor used to preach, why are those people dying by corona?
Yeah, exactly.
He takes water.
Floods,
The Pope
tornadoes.
takes water. He starts to throw the water over people like this. Oh, no more Jesus or Padres. Talking about love. Talking about love. You know, it's no problem. I believe in love. But then we used to tell, you know, these people, mostly the people from South Africa, my goodness, they wouldn't even lick the dust from the Pope's feet. Then we have to ask themselves, if the Pope talks so much about love, let's go to this cathedral in Rome and tell him to give us all the money because we are poor people.
Yeah. Good luck with that.
God is love.
Yep.
God loves everybody.
Good luck with that.
Give
Yeah.
me the money.
Oh, right.
And you will see that God is love. But no,
Mhm.
it's a damn lie. It's a damn lie. And now, all the things that they have seen, all the wickedness that has happened to them, they need the righteous anger. Not the wicked one, you know? It's a wicked one. Huh?
Oh, yeah.
That some Hebrew Israelites used to talk about. Let us rape the world and blah, blah, blah. Let's do no. There's a righteous anger by having it in your heart and saying, I want to change something now. I want to die for the righteous thing. By changing the world, by changing the situations of the poor, by giving my life for others. And not the other anger. Eh? Now, you see, apocalyptical times, the first thing that you do is going to take your gun, starting shooting at your neighbor, you know.
Yeah.
Yeah, brother.
That's going to happen.
This is another anger.
It's going to happen.
Brother, why do you think that I'm talking about that? This is the first thing. If you see things are getting out of control, if you see things are getting out of control, my brother, the first thing what you do is what? You need a weapon. Don't think like, oh, yeah, they won't come. They will come. You will see them running in the streets, entering into shops and boom, boom. This is the true world, my brother. What do you think? Huh?
We see it all the time now in these riots. It's happening.
Especially the biggest vandals, and I can't say it's Nazis, whatever. And here, this Arabs, the Arabs. And in the book of those Arabs, it is very well mentioned how they will treat the people in this world when the time comes. That everyone that won't be found with the sign of the beast, with the mark of the devil, must be killed. No choice.
Heads coming off. Heads coming off.
So, which means that if you see them coming, you directly take a knife and you write yourself on your forehead here, Allah, Allah. When they ask you, what is your name? Allah, 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 Allah. You see that? Oh, good. Let's see, who else can we kill? That's why we can't survive, okay, by just thinking everything is good and perfect like the pastors do. Just thinking of YouTube here, la, 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 la. It needs more than that.
Yeah.
Yep.
That's
It
right.
needs much more than that.
Exactly.
This is the time where the Tanzania have to show with whom he is or not.
Yep. Pick a
Because
side.
this here needs more than human power.
Mhm. You're right.
Gotta
Pick a
pick-
side. There is no neutrality.
Yeah, you gotta
You
pick a
know,
side now,
one side-
boy.
One side or the other side.
Yeah, buddy.
There's no neutrality
Woo!
here.
There's no lukewarmness here, boy. I mean, you know what he said about lukewarmness too. Yeah, buddy. Now you gotta pick a side for real. That's going
Right?
crazy.
That's why you see that Nzambi has put his foundation. He has called on his people, and many people have also the same spirit, and he's waking us up. And we need to talk. People must sit down and talk and work on that what they are talking. Step by step, building that what they want to do and believing in the things, the projects and the things that they want to do, and asking the Most High how he really wants these kinds of things to happen.
And by the way,
By waiting and playing games and waiting, tomorrow it's like, hey, you have to go to a Jehovah wickedness and to ask.
Hey, it's gonna be like they waiting on those spaceships. It's gonna be just like Independence Day, boy.
Brother,
They're gonna be doing all the side. Hey, it's me. Whoop.
brother,
Boom.
three times those people was waiting under the chair. You know, the whole family went under the chair and start praying because they thought the apocalypse will happen.
Yeah.
Huh? Isn't it?
Mhm.
I think Brother Keith did the same.
Yeah. More than 3 times.
But now you have to ask them now what kind of stories and fables they will tell you now. It will be even more disastrous.
Yeah.
Mhm.
Huh? They will tell you the story and trembling like, do you know that this time maybe they are already under the bunkers.
Oh yeah, they don't. They already started, man. They hiding.
Mhm.
They started selling their mansions and they hide now.
But the Tanzania did not say that we will go under the bunkers.
No.
The Tanzania did not say that we will enter these concentration camps.
No.
The Tanzania did not say that we will suffer hunger. You see? And this is where we need righteous anger. And righteous anger also in the politics for our presidents and everything that we do. Especially our women should wake up and be righteous anger also by knowing I am a woman. Look at myself, how proud I am, how nice I am. This is the woman, to be woman again.
Mhm.
And not righteous anger to see one woman taking the other woman's on the fake hair and taking the Chinese out of her. Hmm?
Mhm.
Yep. They're letting society
Taking the Chinese
dictate what
out
they
of
look
her with
like.
the Chinese moves, you know. And this is not good.
Yeah.
Because the truth is always another one. This Chinese moves that they do, fighting each other, whatever. If you have a right Chinese there, he can be even Chet Li, or his name can be Chit Kondo. If we have a right black guy in front of him, he would beat the hell out of him, you know. Which means
Mhm.
we are living fiction.
Yes.
Brother, for the last words, I will tell you something. Every terror, every sickness, every problem is man-made. Because how can you be able just to take a gun and go outside there and starting shooting at people? The gun shop is, this gun shop is in front of your eyes. They want
Yeah.
you to do that.
Oh yeah. Just like the liquor store.
The white guy that is talking about drugs, he's the one that is putting drugs into the ghettos.
Yep. Liquor
Yep.
store on every corner.
The dude that is going down there in Africa to saying, man, we are the Red Cross and ONG, and we used to charity, we used to help people, whatever. These are the people that also cause the problems, hunger.
Oh yeah.
Mhm.
Oh yes.
Right.
Problem, cause, solution, and the solution they give you is not the Most High at all. Not even
Wait a minute.
close.
The person that is saying, hey, let us drive electric cars. This is also the person that is bringing the children in the Congo to taking the coltan down there from the hole.
Yep.
Yep.
Which means,
And burning the oil that caused electric cars needed.
I will tell you something. You see World Trade Center and all these kinds of stuff. Man-made. A human, all these wars in Mozambique, in Nigeria, everything, everywhere where you see people getting killed, man-made.
Man-made. That's right.
Brother, wait a minute. Do you know how angry people are? People should kill themselves long time. They should destroy themselves long time ago. You have the Nazis on the left. You have the punks there. Then you have different kinds of people with different kinds of mindset.
Gangsters on the street.
Hey, it's okay. Everyone has his corner. But wait a minute. If the government says something, then you see them with the guns.
Mhm.
You see them going crazy. And then you see the news, yeah, this and this happened, la, 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 la. You will not even understand how it happened.
Right.
Because they wanted it to happen. They knew it will happen. They controlled it.
Yep.
Mhm.
Tanzania send out the false spirits.
Yeah.
I tell you. Because if not, people would kill themselves a long time ago. I can, brother, if I'm in Germany, let me just give you knowledge. Huh? I'm in Germany. I have big problems with police officers. They used to treat me over years very bad and have different. Hey, I have nothing to lose. I can only take, I don't need to even have need a gun. In the United States, you can take a gun everywhere, but not in Germany. I take a knife. I can go outside there, seeing police officers, two of them, they are running, they're not watching, pum, and another one, pum, running to the next and finding other enemies, pum, 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 pum. Who can stop me, huh? Who will stop me? And then I was asking myself with my good eyes, why can't I see that? Because I was like, I can't see these kinds of things happening. But then you go to Africa, oh, they enslave children, they take them here. And I was like, my goodness, the war in Congo never stops.
Yeah.
I understood, okay, this is a man-made stuff. They want us to believe that we are bad and wicked, and they never showed us another way.
Mm.
They never showed us another way. Like the Tanzania said, I gave them to you in your hands. And what did you make with them? Satan wanted to have the man, to be man, to inherit man, to have them under control. He wanted to be God, the God of this world. What did he do? He tried to make it good as possible. Do you know that he tried to make it?
Mhm.
He tried to make to become God here on earth, to to show that he also, but always he saw himself that he can't.
Yeah.
Do you think all the people, these wicked people, how did they create the first nuclear bomb? They didn't want to create a nuclear bomb. But then you have the nuclear bomb out of it. Created a car. Today you have the tanks outside there. Created a plan. Today you have the plans outside there, the Apache that are fighting the world. The complete nature is destroyed because the air is no more good. Then they have given us light, right? Energy. And look how our world is destroyed because of the atomic powers that the air that they used to throw all over the world. It's destroyed. The animals are killed. So everything what the human do will be always negative. And then they portray you. Then they portray you that you are the problem of the world. And that's why the
Yeah.
And I will stop here. So I'm even I don't even know if I should share this video. Because I started with this name of those people there. My channel is very weird. They used to control my channel in another way. So do you have
You
something?
can try mine. But
I want to close this. Is there something that you want to include?
I just hope, this is now the time where our people really need to understand there's no more games. You can't play around with this anymore. You got to move forward. Or, if you're going to continue to think and listen to what these governments are telling you, you're hurting yourself now. Because, man, the judgment is here and you got to quit listening to foolishness.
And you got to, and it's time, like we had said previously, it's time to choose a side. There's no 3 sides, 4 sides, 5 sides. There's only 2 sides, for the Most High or against. Those are the only choices.
Exactly.
Come out of that harlot.
So then we have to ask ourselves, if you are from the Most High, so why are you against me? So which means that you are not from the Most High if you are against. And this is where those pastors become liars.
Yep.
Because normally, if all of them would be from the Most High, the man of God, if you come to Africa, let me bring you to the man of God. So the same man of God, you asked him, hey, do you have a plan? What did Most High reveal you to change this position? To change this what?
Exactly.
Yeah, right.
Oh, wait, in the Bible it's written that if we changed our wickedness, no. What did the Most High reveal you for our people here? Look, they're using drugs there. They have nothing to do. They have no work. This woman's there. They're searching for work. You men of God. And all these men of God, you can put them all together. Then you have to ask them, why are you not working together? You guys are worshiping one single power.
Mhm, mhm.
Yep.
So why are you
Oh yeah.
hating?
Yeah.
Why,
Right.
why are you hating each other? Why do you not?
Competing.
Wait a minute. The one man of God will go against the other man of God and saying to you, do you know what? That guy is a liar.
Hmm.
Hey,
Oh yeah. Happens here in America all the time.
so wait a minute. What's going on here? Do we
Big
believe
time.
in the same power? They used to call it the Holy Spirit. Where is it? The Holy Spirit must unite, because I believe we are united because we believe in the same power, in the same God. Or
Right.
whatever they used to call him.
Yeah.
Yeah. Hey, who will stop us? The kingdom is about to come, like the Most High have promised, right? All of us are reading out of the Bible. We normally should even come together with the Pope and all that. They're reading out of the Bible. It's the same God from the Bible, not even
Yeah.
even those Krishna and all of them. They're talking about one God. There's one God, peace. He loves people. Everything should be good, peaceful. Everyone should love each other, and I can't see that.
Nope.
No.
Which means, brother, we do not have the same gods. We do not
Nope.
have the same mission. We do not have the same beliefs. It's not like if someone comes, oh yeah, Bantu or whatever. No, we deal with pastors. They have never, not even the idea to change something for our people.
Mhm.
And it's not even their calling. They do not even know it. They can tell you everything about, I saw demons in you. Your wife is betraying you. They can tell you so many things. But in the end of the day, it's about the money, money, money.
Mhm.
Huh?
Right.
And nothing will happen, no change.
Mhm.
So,
Yeah.
which kind of God is this? And we should, me myself, I do not believe in pastors so much, or in any all kinds of those things. Me myself, I wouldn't do this work if, hey man, I was a child from the streets, man. You see, I had my street life. Then they took me, he took me. By seeing also, he didn't took me by because they say, yeah, I'm the Most High, Mikhael, come with me. No, the wicked people started to fight me. I had to fight against them, and then I survived. That's why he say you are called by fate. It's not like I fought them and no, by fate. Because he wanted me to save me. So that's why. Stop pride, stop greed, stop gluttony. Be very careful with gluttony. If someone have gluttony, hey man, this person needs deliverance, and not an easy one. It's like you're coming. It's like you're and gifting, and gifting is like they're taking the poisons out of your body. Like if you use drugs or something and someone is sucking the drugs out of your body, it's the same thing with gluttony. Envy, my goodness, it's the killer himself. Okay, envy is the killer himself.
Mhm.
Stop it. Pride, okay, this is that what will kill the world. No one wants to humble himself. This is that what will bring war, the third world war. No one wants to stop stealing from each other, taking everything for granted. Not, everyone's, everyone is greed and pride and thinking of himself to enrich himself only. Oh, we didn't talk about that one here. Inertia. Okay, I will do it very fast. This is a very, very bad problem for that comes that we can see in our community. Our community should wake up. Okay, they should stop believing that other people will work for them or do their works. They should stop thinking that that Tanzania is lazy and they should be the same. You know, they should know, yeah, that the Tanzania is in them. You know, if they talk to the Most High, you know, and believe in the Most High gives them normally the righteous food and energy so that they can change their lifestyle, their country, they can change the whole world. This is the Most High. Everything that goes positive, everything that is good is from the Most High. Everything that is evil is from the devil. So our people have the devil more as friend than the Most High, because we can't say that all the conditioning that we are into, that this is positive. So it must be from an evil source. By not knowing, by lack of knowledge, by not knowing that the Most High is inside of us, by accepting false gods and saying that he must be white or coming Chinese or whatever. Oh, I'm a Buddhist now, or I'm a Hindu now. Our people are almost everything, but I never saw a Chinese say, no, I believe in a black God. Horrible. But anyway, yeah, our people should start, yeah, you know, waking up early, working, believing in themselves, okay, giving also other people changes to work, and this money to take it and to put it into the right places, to the right things, so that it brings more money. The Tanzanians say, if I see a tree and this tree didn't bear fruits, I will cut it off. Which means you have that what is given into your hands here. If you look at their hands, you can see how much blessings that Tanzania gave you. Take these blessings and do something with it. You have some chances. If someone say, I never had a chance, I never had luck, it's a lie. You had some chances, take it. Take those chances and do something with it. Okay. And don't take always this first choice that you see. Okay. See something because you want a woman, you directly, oh, I will take her. Or, you know, you saw a shoe that you like, it's very expensive and this is the only money that you have, $150, and then you buy the shoe because it costs $150, then you have all the money gone. Maybe you see another shoe, you like it even more, and then it only costs $40, and then you have money left, yeah, $110 left, and you have the shoe that you really wanted that is even better than those that you buy. Okay. Which means we have to be smart here.
Oh yeah, definitely.
Okay, thank you. Brother Alessandro, do the prayer for us.
Of course. Kemo Kemo Tatanzami Amazulu. Thank you, Father, for what you have done for us today. We thank you that all four of us can come together in unity and to allow the one in Semi to teach us and guide us about truly who we are and truly who we have to get rid of is all these bad spirits and negative spirits. We must allow your one in Semi to be like fire within our bones and in our bodies so we can finally fight the enemy in truth and spirit, and we must unite as a family. We thank you for this day, and we thank you for everything, and Congo will reign forever. Hallelujah.
Hallelujah.
Yeah.
Hallelujah.